age and you're full of confidence, but you're on loan to several clubs and you want to make a name for yourself at a club and be successful in your own right. But a lot of players in today's football, it's changed, Andy. It's about just playing football and about money, earning money.
And we're underway then with Blackburn Rovers attacking from right to left in the first half, as Brandon Powell on debut gets his first touches in the Rovers seniors and loses his footing, goes down and doesn't get a decision from the referee, Mr. Finney. Rovers have it back, but there's been an infringement with Powell in there in the middle of the park. He'll be running on adrenaline already, the young man.
It certainly looks like it. He was going too fast for his little legs there, wasn't he?
It's great to see another academy player getting the opportunity. Bolash Tot clearing the ball away for Blackburn Rovers here. And he played in this game in August when Rovers ran out comfortable winners here at Hull. And now it's in the possession of the Hull goalkeeper, Dylan Phillips. And it's to the left for Famuo, former Sheffield Wednesday defender. And Coyle, right back by trade at left back, just sends it back to the goalkeeper. Rovers fans have travelled in their numbers away to our left, Kevin. Always good to see. Always great support on the road.
That was nice. And I mean, the Rovers players as well, when they finished the warm-up, Andy, they went across and thanked the fans for travelling, because it's the M62 today, travelling along that road and coming along that A63 to get in here to Hull City. It was, I wouldn't say bad for my driving, because I wasn't driving. it was horrendous watching the rain hitting your windscreen and driving through the watery motorways. So I'm glad they've got here safely and a safe journey home as well.
Yeah, a lot of these fans away to our left will, if they're in gainful employment, the likelihood is they won't have been paid since Christmas, so finding the extra money to come again and support your club, it's not easy, and we should never lose sight of that. Here's Miller on the right for Rovers, wearing the armband today for the very first time, and the ball's into Taylor Gardner-Hickman here. Out to the right for Atchison, who gives it away cheaply, and then Palmer is challenged by Miller, and then Miller fouls Palmer. Free kick to Hull, about a yard and a half over the halfway line.
Well, Lewis Miller doing his best to have a dive in front of Casey Palmer to make it look like he was fouled. The referee was having none of it. He was only 5-6 yards away from playing. You know, already we see a kind of, in the midfield, you're not going to get a lot of time on the ball from either side.
Certainly not. And we've been playing almost 3 minutes, and the ball's into the Rovers penalty area, but Deneva cuts it out. Dlamini turning in his own half and popping the ball out to the left, and Deneva, little touch inside for Powell. Deneva's making a run down the left. He's released by Powell, not quite with the right weight on it, and it goes out of play from the tackle by Charlie Hughes on Dean Deneva. Throw to Rovers halfway up the whole half.
Good, nice little play. But just having a look at the kid, Brandon Powell, you know, he seems to be involved in everything. He's enthusiastic. You can tell he's actually purely at this moment in time running adrenaline. He's waiting for that second wind to come through. He's trying to grasp it, but he's involved in a lot of the play at the minute, so he'll find that his lungs will be bursting in about 5 or 10 minutes.
Phillips has it back for Hull. He's a diminutive figure, Brandon Powell. Certainly not the biggest Blackburn Rovers team that you're likely to see out there. The likes of Dlamini, Montgomery, Deneva. Cashin's not the tallest playing centre-back today. Here he is, Cashin, who reads the ball and plays it inside to Dlamini. He's got Deneva behind him, and he rides the challenge, first of drama, and cuts the ball back for Dion Deneva. Into the path of Cashin. Little touch inside. Rovers stroking the ball about confidently here with Montgomery in possession. Atchison available to his right. Here is Tom Atchison. And that's in towards Powell. One more touch to Deneva would have been good. Referee says free kick, but he allows the advantage, and Deneva crosses, and it's put behind, and it'll be a corner instead to Blackburn Rovers, and good confident play from the visitors early on here.
Yeah, that was very good confident play. Referee played the advantage. Deneva didn't hesitate, you know, he took a touch out of his foot, put it into an area, and when I was looking up in that area, there was only Henriksen behind two of the Hull players, you know, and that was making that mad dash rush into the box to get on the end of something. But we've got a set piece. This is an opportunity early on.
Yep, Rovers corner on the left. Taylor Gardner-Hickman to take. Only Powell has stayed at home, and the referee is saying to Gardner-Hickman it's not in the quadrant.
Yeah, it's in the quadrant. You can see he's playing his day from here. It's in the quadrant.
Well, he's just made what shall we say, maybe an error by waiting that amount of time, Mr. Finney. And the corner from Gardner-Hickman is to come into the near post. Disappointing delivery. Doesn't beat the first man. Cleared away as far as Dion Deneva for Blackburn Rovers. And Gardner-Hickman again, who sends it in with more elevation this time. Atchison challenges at the back post, and he'll battle to win it, and he has won it by the corner flag, which he wasn't expected to do. And then Palmer steams into the challenge against Montgomery, and it comes off Casey Palmer. It'll be a throw on the far side. 0-0 in the early exchanges here.
Yeah, it's very, very even at the minute, isn't it? You know, you wouldn't say Hull's at home. Blackburn been a little bit more dominant because they're in the Hull City half. But the kids certainly at the moment don't look out of place.
No, they don't. Here's Conor O'Riordan. He's been playing League One football in the entire first half of the campaign. Cashin forward. I think there might be an offside. Yeah, there is. Against Dlamini, who tries to get clear of Hughes, and that'll be a Hull free kick. I mean, some of these Hull players, Charlie Hughes is experienced in terms of playing football. He's ex-Wigan centre-half. These lads won't know a great deal about Nathan Dlamini. They won't know a lot about Brandon Powell. I mean, the Hull City staff will have done their homework, don't get me wrong, but the likelihood is they've never faced them before, Kevin.
No, but that's why you have scouts, that's why you've got sports analysts, that's why you moneyball, because they've got these guys on the system. So you check the system, you can analyse it, and because they're football people, they understand the situation, you know, and doing your homework, if you're doing your homework properly, I should say, then that's what you should be doing. You should be looking at your sports analysts, your scouts, you should be having meetings with them, and it's preparation for this when the opposition will play a second or maybe even a third string.
BBC Radio Lancashire station, a throw to Hull City just short of the halfway line. Remember, if you're listening today and you think, can I get a better signal? Well, you can go on Freeview channel 712, you can go to BBC Sounds today. There are so many ways in which to get the football this afternoon for you here on BBC Radio Lancashire. Online across the UK on the BBC Sport website and app. And
Casey
of course on all the frequencies as
Casey
well.
Palmer's gone. He's coming off.
Well, it's going to be it's JB who's gone down. Darko JB,
yeah, it's
on
JB
this near side.
Wrong side.
And there'll be an injury to a Rovers player as well. Montgomery's gone down here, but he'll be pulled back up to his feet. JB is going to be given some treatment.
He's pulled up. He pulled his groin, JB.
Well, he won't be long then. They'll pull him to his feet, I'm sure, and Hull City will probably be forced into the first change of the afternoon here. Hull have got Regan Slater on the bench. Didn't actually see, Kevin, who Hull have replaced Casey Palmer on the bench with, so he was meant to be on the bench. We were only informed that Palmer wasn't going to be on the bench and he'd be starting, so we'll try and find out who actually is the other substitute for Hull today.
Well, you're hoping he wasn't in hospitality, that's all you can say on it.
Absolutely, yeah. Palmer in for Crooks is how Hull City are reporting it, and that's all the information we have. So maybe they've just gone with one less substitute today.
But normally you have that extra player left out, so surely they would just slide onto the bench. And you would think there'd be other players here as well that you might just pull down from a stand and say, like, get yourself involved.
You can follow us at BBC Lanc Sport this afternoon on X if you want to send a message in today. Please feel free to do so. Joseph has been in touch. He says Kevin's looking rather snug.
Very snug.
Photograph
very snug
of him. The hood has just come down for the moment. You never know, it might be back.
I think it'll be back up. Don't worry about that. I'm looking at the skies because we've got beautiful scenery and at the far side, don't we? We see over the stand and we see into Hull City itself on the right hand side, and you're just looking at the grey, cloudy skies. It's a kind of I don't know if it's forecast snow. I know they had snow yesterday, but I don't think it's forecast snow. But I hope it's not rain, because it has rained all morning since we've been here, and it's a very, very grey sky this evening, and hopefully it stays dry. But the cold weather, it'll be dark ice, so we've got to take care and be careful.
Well, Darko JB is going off, and there doesn't appear to be a sub anywhere near ready.
Well, 2 players have been out, they've gone back. 1 player's gone back out. So
now, why have we got a hold up here now? Well, eventually we're going to see Regan Slater come on, and JB makes his way off. Slater will come on, like for like, and Regan Slater will go into that whole midfield. Didn't take long for the first change, did it?
The thing is, though, as well, Andy, we forget, right? Even though the lads have done a big warm-up, they all do it together nowadays. People are different. The human body is different, but they're all preparing the same. And you think, well, if we're all preparing the same, everybody should be ready. But it doesn't always work like that, because you might need that little bit extra to do something. Just like JB there, he might need a little bit more side foot shooting to warm up the groin area and the side foot passes, because that's how he's pulled up, and that's through the cold, and generally it's the first half hour of a match that generally gets to you.
Here's McBurney for Hull, who lose possession, and Dlamini gets to it for Rovers here, and it'll be Cashin now. Cashin to go inside to Montgomery. Montgomery back to O'Riordan. Lots of time for him, just rolls it into Christy Montgomery, who, if you missed Kevin speaking about him earlier, feels he's got a really big future here at Blackburn Rovers. We actually did discuss, Kevin, as Dylan Phillips clears the Hull City goalkeeper, whether he could have been actually given the armband today.
Yeah, we were discussing that in the car, and we're looking around, and a few things that you do, and you're discussing things like who have we got that could captain the side. And
here's Deneva on the charge down the left. 2 Hull players go together, and it's out of play for a throw-in on this near side, and Darla and Hughes both making sure that Deneva couldn't get there, but he's looking to use his pace down that side, looking to be as direct as he can down that left side. Now here's Powell, who got to that ball when he had no right to down the Rovers left. His delivery into the box was a little bit weak, and then Hull City clear off Powell, and it'll be a throw on this near side to Hull City on the right. 12 and a half gone, although we have had a stoppage for an injury. It is 0-0 here on BBC Radio Lancashire. What have you made of the start then, Kevin?
I think it's been a good start for both sides, but Blackburn have been a little bit more dominant in the opposition's half, which is very, very promising for me. It's a very promising start from the young players as well. They're getting involved in the game, they're not shying out of it. The only concern for me at the moment is the young lads don't look upper body strength yet. They look to still be kind of growing into their body against the more physical sort of Hull City side. So that side of it, I'm hoping that they can pick up a little bit and learn. You can see they get knocked off balance pretty easily, they get knocked off the ball a little bit, but their enthusiasm and endeavour at the minute, you can't take it away from them, because they're talking to each other, and they seem to be playing at the moment, touch wood, reasonably well.
Atchison with a header, Gardner Hickman smashes it downfield. Henriksen will give chase, and he's managed to get the ball under control against Famuo and wins Rovers the throw-in on the far side. Dave Hogg's been in touch, he's a North Ender. Says, wasn't aware that Hull played their home games at the North Pole, after looking at the photograph of Kevin.
Well, it certainly feels like an North Pole today, I'll tell you that for sure.
An afternoon to Rachel, who's been in touch, who says, just want to say a massive congratulations to Kevin on his honours cap. Very well deserved, Rovers through and through.
Oh, thank you very, very much.
0-0 here, and the ball is down the right hand side with Montgomery in possession, with Regan Slater just looking to get the challenge in by the corner flag, and eventually the challenge comes in and it comes off Montgomery, and it'll be a Hull City throw on their left hand side, deep into their own half here. And just a reminder, the draw is tomorrow about 6:35. The coverage starts now. If we know when FA Cup draws come on, about 10 to 7 probably by the time the draw's made, or even later. But hopefully we'll still be on air by the time we tell you who the 4th round draw is. Just Burnley in the hat from a a Lancashire perspective. North End and Fleetwood Town falling on Friday night, Blackpool yesterday, Burnley beating Millwall comfortably yesterday, and Rovers here taking on Hull City in an all-championship affair. And here's Famuo to Dylan Phillips, undisputed number 1 of Charlton Athletic before making the move in the summer, where he's had to have a watching brief more than anything else. Casey Palmer with a loose pass, which Miller comes and steams into the tackle on. That to me is Casey Palmer.
That's Casey Palmer.
Too relaxed.
But that, on the other hand, is Lewis Miller as well. If Lewis Miller had gone to nick the ball and attack, be positive, instead of trying to be aggressive, he'd have kept the ball and gone in, and he'd been right on the top of the back 4 or the back 3 of Hull City at that after losing the defender. But you're right with saying Casey Palmer. He was very, very lazy on it, not going towards it. But on the other hand, for me, so was Lewis Miller. He tried to smash the player and the ball, and unfortunately it backfired, and he gave the throw-in away.
Here's Liam Miller to Ollie McBurney, and there's a runner here to his right, with Hull City looking to attack down the right channel with Ndala, but it's taken away from him, and Dalmini can't keep it in, can't get the ball under control, I should say, and the ball has run away from him, and his manager's frustrated that that's what happened in a decent area in the left channel for Blackburn Rovers there.
That was a move from under 21s. An under 21 defender would have been so close to Diamini that doing that skill by going over it and turning, he'd have got past the defender. But this is experience you're talking about. This is what you have to grow up against. He's going to continue doing that because it's a great skill, it's a great thing for a forward to do. But unfortunately, the more experience you come up against, they read those situations, just as that situation there was read.
Here's Miller with a flick forward. Henriksen challenging for it. And the third man running is Gardner-Hickman. And the referee feels that Taylor Gardner-Hickman had pulled his opponent Palmer back. He's spot on. And it's a free kick to Hull City on the edge of the box.
Palmer was lucky again, because for me, Gardner-Hickman just got back into it there. And unfortunately, when Casey Palmer just nicked in front, he knew the first thing he's doing, he's approaching his own penalty box. He's just going to fall over. The referee will buy the free kick for Hull City, as he did. And it ends up a promising little spell that for Blackburn.
So here's a high one sent forward, and Atchison goes to clear, and it goes out of play for Hull City shirt, and it's going to be a Rovers throw, and the referee, Mr. Finney, just sending Lewis Miller back slightly. 0-0. 17 minutes played here, BBC Radio Lancashire, on a Sunday afternoon in typical January wintry conditions in the third round of the FA Cup. We wouldn't have it any other way. Regardless of the weather, it's a privilege to be here to bring you the action. Here's Montgomery, who rode a couple of challenges and then lost his balance, and Hull have it back again here with Hughes to Slater. Little ball into the centre circle now, and Hull City with Hadji Ahmetovic go forward now towards Liam Miller, ex-North Ender. It's a poor pass, and Cashin can release Dlamini again on this near side the left. He's going to need some help, and he rolls it into the path of Christy Montgomery. Into Cashin again, who looks comfortable in that position on the left of the back 3. Plays a give and go with Deneva. There's a ball inside for Montgomery to play here, and a little layoff to the right for Conor O'Riordan, who's waited a very long time for a full debut in Rovers colours. Here's Gardner-Hickman. Counter us on here for Rovers with Powell driving on. It's still Brandon Powell. He takes the shot on and it deflects to the corner. What a good effort from the youngster.
Well done.
I've been impressed by him so far.
I have, and I was trying to read up and see where he played. He's been playing left back, left forward, left midfield. He's been playing everywhere. It's a bit like your team sheet is flying everywhere.
That's the end of that one.
Have you got another one?
No.
Do you need one?
No. We'll make it up as we go along, like we usually do.
Well, Brett Ormerod's gave me absolute dogs abuse, pal. Have you seen him? What a guy. Brett is so funny. But I don't actually know what a tauntaun is.
Here's a ball in from Gardner-Hickman. Palmer with the defensive header. And it's going to break for Dlamini here. And on the edge of the box is Atchison, who tries to get the shot off. That's deflected, and Dylan Phillips gets down onto the ball and takes it. And so Brett's been giving you a bit, has he?
Yes, he's been giving me a bit. Oh, I tell you what, he's mad.
Here's Slater, unchallenged, breaking in the whole midfield, and Cashin brings an end to that and finds Miller, who takes a little risk against Palmer, and it's out of play for a throw on the far side. Question here for Kevin comes from Gary. Afternoon, Gary. He says, would Galley rather sit in his big coat or be playing in the icy wind?
Be playing in the icy wind, no doubt about it.
Atchison to take the throw. I won't take it personal, don't worry. And it's me a throw down the right. Miller tries to flick it on. It's Miller against Miller on that side, with Liam against Lewis.
And Miller.
Yes.
This is Millar.
Indeed, yes. A slightly different spelling with an AR and an ER. Remember Rovers having a John Millar, and an Ian Miller.
Yeah.
Dusty back in the day. Here's Bolash Tot to find Deniva. He's hardly seen the ball, Tot, in the first 22 minutes or so. Little ball trying to play over the top of Charlie Hughes. Henriksen comes to join in. Leaves one on Palmer, who was mid-flight as Henriksen left one on him. And Casey Palmer with his arms outstretched as if to say, what's that for, pal? Not sure why you've done that. A word in the shell-like of Henriksen, not for the first time this season.
If he knows Axel doesn't know either why he done it. So, unfortunately, you're on the end of it, Casey.
So, a free kick which will go forward for Hull. And it's Miller. And now half cleared by Cashin. And Palmer takes a swing at it, and again takes a swing at it. Gardner-Hickman blocked the first, Atchison the second. Excellent. Cross coming in from the left though, and it's a header over the bar, which comes in from Liam Miller, which he managed to get in between two defenders. Cashin telling the official, I was pushed, but nothing doing, and a goal kick to Blackburn Rovers.
Yeah, I was just looking at Casey Palmer there. Two shots with pure anger. Nothing else going on to that. I think even if they don't block it, they're going into row X, Y and Z. Just sheer power and frustration of the Henriksen tackle just came out in two shots there.
Yeah, agreed. Throw into Blackburn Rovers on the right as we look at it. Last three seasons, Rovers have made round 4 last year when they fell to Wolves, round 5 the year before when it was a penalties defeat to Newcastle, and round 6 the year before that when it was defeat at Sheffield United in that cup quarter-final, that horrible late defeat at Bramall Lane. Here's O'Riordan for Blackburn Rovers. Really comfortable first quarter of the game passed for Rovers. Deniva plays the ball off his opponent, who's Cody Drammer.
The only problem with Deniva at the minute, right, he's started to get a lot of the ball, but his body shape's all wrong. You know, he's square on to looking at it, so when he opens his body up, the defender for Hull gets a chance to come back and put a block in, and every time he's tried to play a pass up the left hand side, it's got blocked and gone out for a throw in. So his body shape's got to be a little bit quicker and his touch a little bit better.
Scores elsewhere today. Leeds through 3-1 at Derby. Arsenal are leading Portsmouth 2-1 at half-time at Fratton Park as Dlamini looks to play it into the box. It was cleared away, and here's Deniva on the edge of the whole box, looked to thread it through two players. It was cut out, but Rovers have kept it with Montgomery, and now Aaron Cashin. That's into the path of Powell and just doesn't quite reach Deniva. There's applause from Val Ismail, who's on the edge of his technical area with the woolly hat on himself today, the big man.
Yeah, that shows when it's cold, doesn't it?
Two Rovers players converge on the same header. It was Cashin who made it, and now Slater spreads play to the far side for Hull, and Louis Coyle, who is just playing inside to Hadjiametovic. And it's back again into Famuo in the heart of that whole defence, and Phillips has possession. Phillips with a little ball into Regan Slater, midway inside his own half. Famuo put under pressure, sends it back to his goalkeeper. And Phillips, in a luminous green attire today, has it and sends it high and forward. Up goes O'Riordan. And now Henriksen controls, passes to the right, and Miller, and plays the ball off Coylan and back off Miller himself. And he knew it. He was retreating straight away. It's a whole throw. Scores elsewhere then in the games that got underway when this one did. Norwich 2 up against Walsall, Sheffield United 1, Mansfield 1. No goals between Swansea and West Brom or West Ham and QPR. Hearts in the Scottish Premiership are 1 up at Dundee at half time, that one. Dens Park?
Dundee's Dens Park.
Yeah, just across the road from your old home.
Yep. 150 yards door to door.
Throw in on this near side. Aaron Cashin sends it forward. And getting to the ball first is Powell. Plays it off his man, Hughes, and wins a throw. Now that's where they need to take it quickly for me, Kevin. Just quicken the tempo up. Have Powell making a run into the box there, and eventually they're waiting for about the 4th different player to pick the ball up and throw it.
Diamini, Deneva, and Cashin's the one that's took it.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with just playing quickly on the counter as much as you can. Here's Gardner-Hickman to control it for Rovers. Out to the near side, and Deneva. And Gardner-Hickman again. Cashin asking for it. Gardner-Hickman's under pressure here and goes for a back heel, which doesn't come off as Palmer brings it away, but Rovers have it back again, and it's neat and tidy again from Christy Montgomery, who finds Aaron Cashin. Palmer in with this possession, and a throw into Blackburn Rovers for the... I think Palmer's still wound up, you know.
Yes, he's definitely wound up. You know, it wasn't the best of sort of... It wasn't even a tackle, was it, from Henriksen? He's run underneath him. It's kind of more of a stupid foul that he's gave away, but he's definitely caught Palmer. He's riled him up, and I mean, that can only be a good thing for Blackburn as well, because when you're riled up, you're not fully concentrating on your job at hand. So at the moment, Axel's done a good job on Casey Palmer at the moment.
Throw in Rovers. Henriksen wanted to take it quickly, and Miller's told him to get out of the way. Centre halves haven't come forward, so it's a short throw. Miller for Henriksen is tackled by Famuo, but Henriksen will get to the ball first and thrash it off his opponent for the corner. Bellas has been in touch. Happy New Year, Bellas. Says, why have you taken an Eskimo with you?
There's got to be a joke in that. She's
Picked
got a
him
question
up on the
mark.
M62. Yeah. Just nipped in, got a brew, and there was an Eskimo in the passenger seat.
So it's saying there's no such thing as bad weather. You've got to dress for it, and I am dressed for it.
Here comes a corner on the far side. Deneva to play it across. Goodness gracious. Shall we blame the wind? He's gone for a throw on this near side. It's a heck of a delivery, to be truthful, isn't it?
That's a great...
To kick it that far.
I didn't think he could kick it that far, to be honest.
A remarkable achievement.
That's about 45, 50 yards. Side footer.
Wow.
Must be the wind. I'm looking at the corner flag, and it is blowing that direction, Andy, because that's coming towards us. That's probably why that we're finding it a little bit colder in this stand.
O'Riordan heads the ball forward. Flicked on by Henriksen. Helped out at the back by Hull City in midfield. Well read by Miller to get to the ball before his namesake, who's Liam. And here's O'Riordan. Out to the right for Rovers, and Miller turns it forward into the path of Henriksen. 0-0 the scoreline still. In terms of chances and goalkeeper saves, nil.
There's a lot of nils in there.
Yeah, not a lot going on, but in terms of what we're seeing from the Blackburn Rovers young players out there today, great valuable experience, and they're doing the club proud.
At the moment, yeah, they're going well. As I said, there's 90-minute match, and there's going to be a lot of physicality throughout the game, nervous energy from the younger players to see if they can actually last the 90 minutes physically and mentally. So that's the challenge for these young lads now. You know, they can play football, you can see it, they've got a talent. Now can they do it at as they call it, the big boys league, and this is part of the big boys league, and it's so far they've kept their their head up very high.
Passing the test as it stands. Cashin with a loose one, who tries to find Montgomery. Ball's into the feet of McBurney, and then Deneva gets back. It's a good tackle, who got his side foot on the ball, and they look for Dlamini up the top. Charlie Hughes tidies up. Henriksen's going to try and challenge the goalkeeper, who just about gets it nicked away to Louis Coyle, and Hadji Ahmetovic does well, finds Coyle. That's really late, and a free kick will be given here
as well,
and it's young Powell who's going in the book for the late challenge on Coyle.
Yeah,
and a debut yellow.
Yeah, just see frustrations there, because there was a free kick earlier. Famawo was actually pulling back Henriksen as he was wanting to go and close down the goalkeeper Phillips, and he was getting his jersey held, but the referee done nothing about it. A little bit frustration there from the youngster, you know. He's chased back, he's hurried back, and unfortunately the player's gone past him. He's catching his heels, but I mean, I like to see that. That's a great attitude that he's going to chase back for a lost cause as well.
Cashin's just won a header. Henriksen was caught probably nearly 10 yards in an offside position, so couldn't challenge for the ball. It's a position that is unfamiliar to him, and I have a huge degree of sympathy for him in terms of that. Axel Henriksen, he's not had the start to his Rovers career he would have wanted in terms of how it's gone, and to be playing in an unfamiliar role, he's doing a bit for the team, I think it's fair to say. Yeah. Here's Dlamini.
I'd like to see what his actual position is, and the position that we picked him up from, you know, because at the minute we've seen him in about 3-4 different positions, so it's nice when a player can get his position and you see the top qualities that he has.
Taylor Gardner-Hickman has turned 360 twice, and then Casey Palmer commits a foul and then slides into Montgomery as well, and Rovers win themselves a free kick about 15 yards over the halfway line. It is 0-0 here at the MKM Stadium in Hull. Floodlights well and truly on. It's only 2 minutes past 3, but it's dark.
Yeah, the thing is, Ole, I noticed last night, 4 o'clock, it was still light at 4. The night before it was dark. So, I don't know, it's...
Well, we've long passed the shortest day now, haven't we?
Yes.
Thank goodness. Here's Gardner-Hickman, and it's flicked on and wide. It was Miller forward. Miller flicked it on wide of the target, and it is 0-0 here at the MKM. Blackburn Rovers' next game is at Ipswich on Saturday lunchtime. Wasn't that nice of the television broadcasters to give Blackburn Rovers one of their real longest journeys of the season at 12:30, and they've done exactly the same next month at Norwich.
Yeah.
Here's Palmer for Hull. Just opens up for a moment. There's 5 forward in this Hull attack, and played to the edge of the box, and O'Riordan read it well as Joel Ndala, the Man City loanee, was looking to get in a bit of space down the centre of the pitch.
I'm just glad there, Andy, that Casey Palmer's got no vision whatsoever. 3 versus 2 down that left hand side, and he's chosen with a very, very difficult one centrally where it was all covered, and had he gone left, it was a 2v1 situation that Blackburn were in trouble.
Hull have it with Miller to McBurney, left side of the penalty area. He's turned Aitchison, and across comes O'Riordan to clear his lines. Up goes Famwo, and then McBurney gets to the ball again, and Miller. Hull City just having a first real spell of the game, and Miller with a dreadful delivery.
Nobody there.
To the penalty area.
Thank goodness for that. They'd all gone so close to the play, like they all forgot to get to a back area or a central area for Hull City to have an opportunity, but
certainly came to nothing. As soon as it left his right foot, you knew it was 100% safe from a Rovers perspective. Ball's headed down by Hughes, and that's a good challenge in midfield again by Christy Montgomery, who can drive over halfway, needs some help, lays it off to Deneva here. Back it goes to Cashin. Cashin onto his left foot. Just want to see, if I'm being ultra critical, Kevin, I want to see the first option to try and be a forward pass.
Cashin's certainly done that. You know, he's looking for the forward pass, but I'm looking at young Nathan Diamini, and he's pulled wide right onto the chalk of a line. You got Deneva on the chalk of a line, and no movement. There's zero movement. Cashin's the one that's been getting all the play down the left, and Diamini would be better going in as a striker and then making those runs in beyond, and then that gives Cashin an area so he can play it away beyond you into the sort of gap between the 18-yard box and the byline, and play in that area. Then Diamini can make his run, but instead he's standing wide. Cashin can do nothing with it. He doesn't want to play it forward because the youngster will get a central defender coming right through the back of him.
I think if we're all honest, he's not a number 9 by trade, is he?
No, he's a wide forward, and that kind of shows from it, and you're kind of looking at it, and tactically you're getting Henriksen running out to the wide right, Diamini coming out to the wide left, and we're looking for a lot of central power strengths, and for me this is very, very readable at the moment, and this is why Blackburn aren't really, they've done the second sort of 17 and a half minutes now in the middle third, whereas they started the game in the final third, so they're getting further back. I think Hull now are getting more and more into the game to see what Blackburn are about, and they're attacking down one side, they'll take it back and then they'll come down the other side, very much like what we did 10-11 games ago, and it's very readable.
Ball's back to Dylan Phillips in the Hull City goal again. 0-0, 9 minutes to go to half time, plus add-ons for that injury which took JB out of the game early. Challenge coming in from Deneva. Here's Drama in the right back position for Hughes. 10 yards short of halfway, 0-0. And it's Hadjiametovic to find Famuo, and now Miller towards halfway for Hull. Hadjiametovic to Slater now, and Slater expecting a great deal of Miller. Atchison took it in nicely and then ran into trouble, and Montgomery can't win it against Palmer, but I think the referee spots a foul by Palmer in the middle of the park, who's still got the hump, I think.
Yeah, he's got a hump. He's actually chasing. He's the discipline he had at the start of the game, he's kind of moved more of a central role. So as he's moved more of a central role, he's been chasing about both sides, showing that he's got great energy, a great engine, but the discipline side, he's lost a little bit of that at the moment for Hull City, which can only favour Blackburn Rovers.
Atchison for Dlamini. Now Gardner-Hickman collects it. There's players to his right and left, and Dlamini can't control it. And Hull have it on the far side with Coyle. Miller breathing right down his neck, trying to win the ball back. Miller's done brilliantly, and he's found Brandon Powell. Possible shooting chance, and across came Slater. Very quick on the scene. Really good from Miller there to put Coyle under as much pressure as he did and get away.
Yeah, Brandon Powell's second touch was not the best. Miller does all the hard graft, chasing down. Powell's there beside him. Take the opportunity because he wants it onto his left foot. He tries to take it out from a left foot onto the left foot instead of taking it with your right foot forward. You got a better opportunity. He doesn't, and unfortunately allowed the Hull defender to get back and clear the lines.
Miller with a long throw to come. O'Riordan is up from the back. It's Atchison who tries to flick it. It's a corner to Rovers off a Hull City head last, and forward they come, and Powell will be the furthest one going back for Rovers. So Gardner-Hickman's over the corner in the 18-yard box. Well, let's take the 6 first. Henriksen right in the 6, just outside it Dlamini, and then there's Atchison, Cashin, O'Riordan and Miller, all trying to get on the end of a delivery. In it comes, cleared away. Deneva's first touch isn't the greatest. The referee did quite well actually then to get out of his way. Powell collects and fizzes it back out to the right, and Taylor Gardner-Hickman controlled it beautifully. It was a difficult one to control. Now goes back to Montgomery, and Cashin's made his way back home to the Rovers back line. That's into the chest again of Gardner-Hickman. Now Montgomery to Gardner-Hickman again. Henriksen's control's poor, and it's given away again by Hughes, this time for Hull. And Miller up against Coyle, plays it in towards Henriksen, and Miller went down. Referee says free kick. Now I'm just wondering whether the referee's going to deem it as any more than just a free kick there from Coyle's challenge, because it was late. And Miller is down, but the referee Finney appears to be quite happy with just a free kick.
Yeah, you don't want to be down in the grass too long, do you?
No.
It's cold.
I just wonder whether Coyle's had his card marked now.
Well, it'll certainly be a nice little challenge down that side by both of them.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one. Coyle comes from a boxing family, so...
he can handle himself.
All the best, Lewis.
Yeah.
2 over the kick. Deneva and Gardner-Hickman stand over it. Dlamini and Henriksen in offside positions just as the kick is about to be taken. And in comes the delivery from the right. Decent looking. Headed on by O'Riordan, but Hull will get to the ball first here. And that's a shocking ball inside from Drammett, who gives it straight back to Rovers and Atchison. And that's equally dreadful from Tom Atchison.
Oh, there is! Look, it's happening.
And Coyle has flattened Miller, and the referee's allowed an advantage here.
You're hoping that he's actually told his official to keep an eye on
Now
that.
then, what's he going to give here?
It's a yellow card for Coyle.
I think he's going to book Miller, you know.
He's got it, well, to be fair,
because he gave an advantage to Hull.
He gave the advantage to Hull, but Coyle was the one that responded to Miller, so should be a yellow card for both players.
So let's see what Mr. Finney decides to do here.
For me, that was like watching an ice hockey match.
Yeah.
When the two guys come together right on the boards and they bash each other, and you can see there's going to be a retaliation, and Coyle retaliates and carries on the play. And I think fortunate for both players that play got carried on, because had he blown, there could have been an actually blow up between the two players.
That is the easiest read of the day, that was going to happen between the two of them. And Mr. Finney has been, I would have to say, lenient.
Yeah.
And I don't. As long as he's going to do that all afternoon, fine. You know, let's not see yellows for anything and everything. And both captains, of course, out there clashing. 41 and a half gone, 0-0. And here's Slater to find Hughes. Ooh, and it's caught Deneva out. It's positional play all over the place in that left wing back position.
Yeah, I tell you what though, it wasn't actually for him. That's why it caught him out.
Now Powell's gone down clutching his ankle. Gardner-Hickman's saying that he's injured. The referee hasn't stopped play.
You don't have to stop the play, it's his ankle.
Yeah. And eventually Joel Ndala was bringing the ball down to walking pace, so it gave the referee a decision to make, and Powell will get some treatment here.
Well, he's going to get treatment. He's going to have to come off at the side of the pitch as well. So there's a little bit about it, but unless he's gone over on his ankle, didn't really see anything there on the youngster.
No, an interesting one. Rovers substitutes today, just to let you know. The official team sheet went for a Burton ages ago. Michalski is the goalkeeper. Pickering, Ribeiro, McLaughlin, Ohashi, Baraji, Tyjon, Pratt and Doherty. So in terms of out and out central midfield players, if Powell wasn't to carry on, Baraji would be the obvious. I don't see another one on there, Kevin, if I'm perfectly honest with you.
I'm getting told by Rovers women's supporters that my little furry bit should be turned inside my hood.
Really?
Oh no, I just put a hood up. It keeps me warm. It keeps me warm.
So turn it inside.
Turn it inside. I need to try and work that out.
Aye.
I'll work that out at half time.
Yeah, we'll do another fashion shoot at half time.
Shoot. It keeps me warm. I don't care if it's inside, outside or what. Like, I wear my coat inside out. It keeps me warm.
Your feet are on the blanket.
My feet are on the hot water. I don't know. Hot foot warmer. I don't know what you.
Are they feeling warm, the feet?
They're not feeling cold, put it that way.
Good.
They're inside my boots, so just let everybody know I am wearing my boots.
Breaking play here, that's why we're talking nonsense. Don't worry, you're not missing where the ball is. Rovers are going to leave Powell obviously off for 30 seconds. And Hull City have got on with this restart. Hull have actually got their own player off the park. I'm not sure. Is Coyle getting treatment to the face? Is that from a clash with Mr. Miller?
It certainly looks like it.
Now into McBurney, and O'Riordan got too tight for the moment. Coyle has had to change his shirt. There's no name and number on it now. And Gardner-Hickman with a good interception again. He's had a good half. Here's Henriksen. Miller wants it to the right. That's where it's played. They need runners forward here, Rovers. They're not racing forward, that's a certainty. Here's Henriksen.
If it was a race, we'd be in a donkey derby.
Here is Miller. trying to get away, and he's fouled. Free kick again. He's not bad at winning those, is he?
There's a yellow card come out now.
And into the book there. Was it Slater who got the booking there, Kevin?
I thought that was Famo.
Was it Famo who got the booking? Yeah.
Famo got the yellow card there.
So the decision is yellow from Mr. Finney. And another free kick here. And I just wonder whether this is Rovers' best opportunity, really. A set play. We're in added on time. We've gone over the 45, so I don't know why the fourth isn't holding up the board. And eventually he'll tell us 5 minutes. So a free kick here to Blackburn Rovers. Who can get on the end of it? Some big boys up. O'Riordan, Atchison, Miller. Henriksen closest to the goalkeeper. Cashin has gone forward as well. Montgomery's on the edge of the box.
Oh, who's that?
That's Henriksen being pushed to the ground. And now he's had his foot trodden on by the look of that.
Slater, isn't it? Slater was the first one that pulled him to the ground.
Well, Axel Henriksen not happy with that, and I don't blame him.
The thing is, they're the dark arts, Andy. That's the things we had to do as small players to get away from big guys. Slater's done it. Slater's slightly smaller than Henriksen, so he's going to grab him, he's going to stand on his toes, he's going to nip him in the hip, nip him in the belly, the fat that they don't have anymore. You know, that's the things that we used to do just to get away from the Razor Ruddocks of the world.
So, free kick. Deneva. And it's flicked on and turned towards goal and cleared away in the nick of time by Ollie McBurney, of all people, back there for Hull. And Miller's offside as he gets in the way of it.
Just slowing the play down a little bit. I was kind of a little bit surprised there with Christy Montgomery actually heading it back, but he's actually hurt his shoulder. He's not carrying his arm very, very well at the moment, and I think that's what it was. He didn't really want to bring the ball down and take control of it. He just get it up and get it forward and see if it causes any problems. But the weather's taking a turn again, Andy. I don't know whether it's rain or sleet on again.
Yeah, it was a flick on from the free kick, which wasn't the greatest free kick in the world. Atchison clears for Blackburn Rovers. We've played 2 minutes in the additional 5. Hull City in possession with Coyle playing it in. Cashin clears. Back in again, it goes to the edge of the Rovers penalty area, and they can bring it out with Lamini, who's not really got the physical presence to keep possession for Rovers at the moment. Ball's out to the left. Liam Miller to cross. McBurney, it's too high for. Goal kick. The rain is incessant now. If you just look at the lights, Kevin,
yeah,
it's sweeping around the MKM.
It's weird, isn't it? Because it's, when I look at the right floodlight, it's coming in over the stand and coming in from right to left, and then I look over the left side, it's coming in left to right.
So, it is, yeah.
And you look at the corner flags, they're blown towards us from the far stand, so it's certainly swirling around this arena, like, and it's a lovely arena, don't get me wrong, really, really nice arena, but I prefer it when it was full. It's a little bit warmer.
Yes, absolutely. It reminds me a little bit of the lockdown season.
Yeah.
Here's Phillips away for Hull. 0-0 the scoreline as half-time fast approaches. Mr. Finney deems Montgomery's challenge on Palmer a foul. And Val Ismail telling his players, get yourselves back, lads. And it's drama for Hughes. And that goes to the left, and Famuo. It'll be a half-time warm cup of tea for the lads, and probably a brand new second strip to put on, I would have thought, Kev.
Yeah, it's the second strip, you know, and I know fans are talking about it, why are we not wearing the blue and white strip, Andy, you know, and
I couldn't agree more.
But at the end of the day, I mean, why do you have an away strip? It's because it's the away strip, that's you're away from home, you know, but we've got such a lovely blue and white half top.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see it, but unfortunately in today's game now you have an away strip, you have a third strip for reasons, and unfortunately
Cashin's lost it. Here's McBurney, last chance of the half here potentially for a Hull City chance, and it's Slater for Miller, and Bolash Tot gets down to make an excellent save, and Cashin will be relieved. It was an error that nearly cost Rovers a goal right on the stroke of half time.
Well, the only one that Bolash Tot hasn't gone and slapped his high five with was Aaron Cashin. You know, he's gone, he's pumped up, and he had to spread himself really well. As I said, refer it to an ice hockey goalkeeper where you spread your legs almost in a split situation.
Now they've gone to sleep here from the set piece. Short one from Hull City. Good header away by Axel Henriksen. And Dlamini brings it down and gives it away again. And then whacked away up to halfway for Rovers, and Deneva's control's awful. And it's half-time at the MKM. Not the sort of half you'd be writing home about, but Blackburn Rovers, with a much-changed team, have given as good as they've got in this first 45. A lot of young players getting valuable experience out there in the first period. The nearest we've come to a goal, you'd have to say, is right on the stroke of half-time, with Liam Miller's attempt blocked by Bolash Tot, the returning Blackburn Rovers goalkeeper today. Half-time thoughts of Kevin Gallagher.
I thought it was a lovely game of football. Blackburn started on the front foot. The young players very enthusiastic, getting into the game early. They were getting play a lot of the ball early as well, so they started very well. They pressed Hull back, but as the game got closer into the 30-minute mark, Hull then started pressing forward. But you know, by the end of the first half, as we've looked at it, you know, it's been a very open game. A side that I think Blackburn Rovers manager Val Ishmael will be very, very happy with. He'll be happy with the way the youngsters have put themselves about within this game. But as we said, it's still 45 to go. It's a physical game, and it'll be interesting to see if the physicality draws out any tiredness within the young players for the second half. But I'm looking forward to it because it's been a very good game of football.
Oh, me too. Yeah, we'll see whether Rovers make any changes. One yellow card in the first half, that came from Brandon Powell for Blackburn Rovers, that is. Famuo went in the book for Hull. A little bit of a clash between the two captains in the first half as well, but nothing more than a skirmish. So at half-time here on BBC Radio Lancashire this Sunday afternoon, we're still at stalemate. It's Hull City 0, Blackburn Rovers 0.
When I first met Dave, we were inseparable. I loved the way he talked to me. He made me feel so special. But now, I think he spends more time on his phone.
Hey, smart speaker.
Hold on, did he just say my name? Yes, Dave, I'm listening.
Play BBC Radio Lancashire.
Oh, Dave, I knew you still loved me. Playing BBC Radio Lancashire.
Thanks for listening to BBC Radio Lancashire on your smart speaker. It's good to have you with us.
Just say, play BBC Radio Lancashire.
Have your say. Text 81333, starting your message with the word Lancs, or tweet at BBC Lancs Sport.
BBC Radio Lancashire Sport.
Half-time then, 0-0. Let's run you through what's going on elsewhere. One game finished today. The early kick-off Derby 1, Leeds 3. Leeds were 1-0 down in that game. Arsenal now 3-1 up at Portsmouth. Gabriel Martinelli, of all people, has got a couple for Arsenal today. No goals here. Norwich 2, Walsall 0 at Carrow Road. Elsewhere, Sheffield United 1, Mansfield 2 is a potential shock. Louis Reed with both goals for Mansfield. He's a former Sheffield United player. Swansea 0, West Brom 0, and West Ham 0, QPR 0. Manchester United play Brighton at 4:30 this Sunday afternoon. Well, let's just have a look back, shall we, on yesterday's action, where we brought you two games. We were hoping to bring you a lot more than two, but it was only two in the end due to the games that the weather managed to beat. We saw Blackpool go out of the cup. We'll hear about that in a few moments. But Burnley march on to round 4. They defeated Millwall at the Turf.
Hartman finds Anthony. Scored a belter here on Wednesday. Coming infield and finds Brun Larson with a cute ball. He pulls it back. There's Barnes to put Burnley 1-0 up. Here is Ekdal. Edge of the 18-yard box, in towards the area he goes. He finds Chowner, who goes for goal. Left-footed shot, bottom left-hand corner, and that doubles Burnley's lead. Tucked away nicely for 2-0. Oh, that's a poor clearance from the Millwall goalkeeper, straight to Ugochukwu. And now it's with Brun Larson inside the box. He finds Anthony.
Yes, 3-0. Game over.
Given away sloppily by the goalkeeper, and Burnley, well, made the most of that. Ball by Brun Larson, pulled down beautifully by Anthony on the right hand side. Anthony puts it in the box. It's Barnes!
Yes.
2 for Barnes! He's not scored since March of last year when Burnley played Luton here. It's his first start of the season and he's bagged a couple. Bernal now takes it towards the edge of the D. He rolls it to Chowner. Chowner pulls it back. Will it ricochet to Barnes? No, it's Bernal who taps it in for his first. Well, that's a nice moment for him. Had very few chances to impress. Just the odd cup appearance here and there, but gets his first Burnley goal to make it 5-0. Chance here for one back late on. Little dink over the keeper. Excellent finish, Coburn. Really good finish. Chipped over the goalkeeper to pull one back. It's Coburn for Millwall. It's Burnley 5, Millwall 1.
Firstly, delighted that we get the win. I think that was one of the most important things. No denying over the last 12 or 10 odd games which we've been searching for a win. Now, of course, the competition's different and the levels are different at certain moments, but at the same time this could have been a really tough game for us today, and the way we went about it proved differently, but a good side competing at the right end of the table and wanting to get promoted this year, and we showed our quality today, and I thought generally the way we approached the game, the way we went about things, give us a platform and the right to really show our quality and dominate like we did, so really pleased overall.
That quality, to allow that to come through, you need to put, I guess, the basics in, and that kind of professional approach from the first whistle must please you so much. Yeah,
well, that was a general message before the game. You know, we've all been around the FA Cup for some time. I think we've seen over just the first weekend and yesterday and even some of the results today that it can go the other way, and that comes down to an application and the basics of the game to earn the right to go and show your quality, really. And that's first and foremost, that needs to be a foundation, and I thought we was brilliant at that. We set a tone about us, and then our quality shone through, really, where we was pretty dominant for large parts, and like I said, was well worthy of the result.
And one of your youngsters, Ashley Barnes, for the couple.
Certainly one of the youngsters, yeah. I was really pleased for Ash. Look, he's been incredible, just generally in terms of where we currently are. An experienced guy that has probably been a good sounding board for this young group at times, and facing some of the adversity and the challenge that we were going to face this year, he's been that guy which has been a bit of a calm head and certainly been that positive voice that is navigating certain situations. He gets his opportunity today, scores 2 goals, and I think all of us in the stadium, myself included, was willing him on to try and get the hat-trick, so you're really pleased for Ash.
Couldn't believe he's never got a career hat-trick.
I know, yeah. I just heard that as well, really. So I'm pretty shocked as well. He had a couple of little moments where we thought that was the case, but I'm sure he'll take the 2 goals and the performance in general.
Having watched you away from home in the Premier League this season, even when he's not been in your squad, he's been around it, hasn't he? Yeah. He's obviously playing a really important part with that.
Playing a massive part, Scott. A massive part, yeah. And like I said, an experienced guy that has, in this roller coaster of emotions that we're going to be in this year, and certainly we faced over the last few weeks, this calmness about him, this positivity around him, this encouragement, and obviously just being around this group in general has helped me as a coach, all of us, and is helping this group, really. So he's been a massive part, and I was delighted for him today.
Just finally, a little cup run that could just do the whole place a world of good, couldn't it?
Could, yeah. No, I think the most important thing is look, we're coming off the back of 2 good results. We get a brilliant result against Man United. We now come into today where we didn't just get a brilliant result. I thought we got an all-round brilliant performance and showed real quality, really. So, of course, we understand that, like I said, the levels are a little bit different, but in saying that, you still need to do it. And we did that today, so hopefully something to build on.
Jack Clark, right corner of the penalty area. Will he get it onto his left foot? He doesn't. Instead goes behind to Ashley Young. Clark once more. 25 yards from goal. Then he finds the edge of the penalty to Philogene, and he will try and strike it brilliantly past Bailey Peacock-Farrell. 35 minutes on the clock, and Jayden Philogene showing his class as he bends it into the bottom corner. There's the deadlock broken. It's Ipswich 1, Blackburn 0. 87 on the clock. 14th corner of the game for Ipswich. Young delivers it towards the back post, headed into the back of the net. Jacob Greaves has won it for Ipswich, but I don't know why there's no foul being given. I thought he was all over the goalkeeper.
It was.
But here, it's Portman Road. That is done and dusted. It's Ipswich 2, Blackpool 0. Brown in the centre circle, out to Bowler on this right-hand side. Imre's making a run forward. Bowler skips inside. Now Banks, little step over. Now onto his left foot. Banks in the box. He goes down. He wants a penalty.
Yes.
And it's been given. So Blackpool have got themselves a penalty right at the very end. I doubt it's going to mean much in terms of the outcome of the game, but they do at least have a chance to halve the deficit. Who's going to be taking this one? Ashley Fletcher lines up. Now we're going to have about a minute afterwards, so...
Incredible, isn't it? Just shows you how things can change. I don't know why they're...
Boos around Portman Road. They don't think it was a penalty. It doesn't matter because Ashley Fletcher stands in front of Alex Palmer. Chance to get Blackpool a consolation goal. Fires it into the back of the net, and it's 2-1.
Mixed, really. Obviously disappointed to go out, but proud of the way the players have tried to execute a different performance today. It's not something that we want to do in our division. We want to be front-footed, aggressive, with and without the ball, and today we had to give respect to the opposition and play in more of a block and frustrate them and wait for transitions. I thought we did that really well. We switched off probably once first half, didn't close the middle of the pitch fast enough, and we got punished. But that's what you get with facing quality players. We had chances. 1-0, CJ Hamilton has a big chance. Ashley Fletcher has a big chance deflected wide, so didn't quite take those moments when we needed to, and just as we throw the game open a little bit more, we can see the corner, but we reacted the right way, and we're playing against a really, really good team. So disappointed to be out, but not disheartened. I think there's a lot to like about what we did today.
Any question marks over the second goal for Ipswich with the potentially a foul on the keeper? What did you make of that?
Yeah, I think look, the lad's jumped early and put his arm across Bailey and on his shoulder, which probably prevents Bailey getting to the ball and jumping early enough. But look, those things go for and against you sometimes, and you know, possibly the penalty went for us at the end to even it up. That's what happens with football. Not too disappointed really with that. Just part of the game. It'd be interesting to see if VAR was in, what would happen then.
You're playing against a side that were in the Premier League last season, able to bring players off the bench worth £20-30 million. Your thoughts on the performance in general of coming up against a side that are financially just so much further ahead?
I mean, it's a huge gap. This is a Premier League team with a Premier League coach. Obviously I know Kieran from when we faced him before in League One when I was at Bolton. Admire him a lot, admire what he's doing here. I think they've strengthened. I think they're better than when they were. Obviously a different kind of team, but definitely a more talented one. And I think they'll go on to be promoted this season. I think, you know, time will show that, what a good team that they are. I think they've recruited really well. But a great experience for us, as I said, to come and try and do something different and concentrate and frustrate. And as I said, for large parts, I think we did that really well.
Nishma Hindosha.
The alarms were going off in a bank.
Oh, right.
Okay, so obviously...
It's a heist.
Intruder.
Yeah.
Just in the corner, something went... meow.
No, it wasn't. Nish.
It was a cat.
It wasn't.
It was a cat. A cat got stuck. That's like going into that Swedish store. In the past, I have to put my hand... I haven't got stuck in it. Easily, I could have got stuck in that store. No one would have known.
Nishma Hindosha.
Weekday afternoons from 2.
Just ask your smart speaker to play BBC Radio Lancashire.
Have your say. Text 81333, starting your message with the word Lancs, or tweet at BBC Lancs Sport.
BBC Radio Lancashire Sport.
We're at the MKM Stadium here in Hull as we reflected on yesterday's action. It's BBC Radio Lancashire with you until the conclusion of today's game. Whenever, folks, that may be, because it's 0-0 at half-time. And if the chances in the first half are anything to go by, we might end up being 0-0 at the end of the game as well. Let me just tell you, a couple of goals have gone in. Sheffield United 1, Mansfield 2 at the turnaround, and that one has stayed the same actually. West Ham, though, have taken a lead against QPR. Crescencio Somerville has scored 10 minutes into added on time at the end of the first half in that one. West Ham 1, QPR 0, and Arsenal have a fourth at Portsmouth. Gabriel Martinelli, what a week he's had. He's capped off a hat-trick for Arsenal in this one. Hull have come back for the second half. Blackburn Rovers on their way as well now. And Kevin Gallagher, it's the start of the second period here, and we are where we were when we started.
Yes, I mean, but I must admit, Andy, I've enjoyed the first half. You know, we've not had a shot at goal, we've not really tested the goalkeeper, but just seeing the energy, the enthusiasm, the talent of the younger players submerge a Hull City side who are playing a really strong side, and basically limit them to one chance. It's been pretty good. So hopefully they can add to this in the second half and show that mentality and maybe get a result out of it. But it's going to be a tough one for the young players, because the physicality side of things, Hull might start showing in the latter end of the game.
So it's as you were that, in terms of the players that left the game at half time. Hull City made a change in the first half. They actually made a change to their team before kick-off today, but they made a change in the first half with JB replaced by Slater due to an early muscular injury for him. So Rovers lineup is Tot, the goalkeeper, Atchison, O'Riordan and Cashin across the back, wing backs being Miller and Deneva, as Deneva touches the ball off to Cashin here and sends Brandon Powell on a run. Gardner, Hickman, Montgomery and Powell are the three in midfield, with Dlamini and Henriksen as the forwards. For Hull, Phillips the goalkeeper, Drama, Hughes, Famuo and Coyle, Palmer and Hadjimetovic in the midfield, with Ndala on the right, Slater in the middle, Miller on the left, McBurney up top. Those are the lineups. Mr. Finney is in charge. And we've got 45 more minutes uninterrupted to look forward to here on BBC Radio Lancashire this Sunday afternoon. Whatever you're doing, thanks for being with us. However you're listening today, BBC Sounds, online on the BBC website or app, on the BBC Radio Lancashire FM frequencies, potentially Freeview as well. They're all there. That'll be a booking for O'Riordan, who pulled back McBurney. Very easy decision for the referee to make to bring out the card there.
Good bit of skill from McBurney, wasn't it? You know, he sees a defender getting very, very close to him. O'Riordan get away with that in the lower league when you get that close, but you can't get too close. Clever strikers, as McBurney is, and just flicks it round the corner, and he just has to manhandle him.
I'd have taken him in the summer, undoubtedly, when he arrived here in the summer from Las Palmas, when Hull were actually just coming out of a transfer embargo. I think they might have actually been in it, but because it was a registration sort of thing, that you could still register frees but not pay for players. But Hull have forced a corner here, and it's on their right hand side in front of the travelling Rovers fans, away to our left, and it's worked to the edge of the box, and Miller strikes it right footed over the crossbar, and there's a collective ooh as it goes wide. But if I'm being brutally honest, I think we were all pretty confident where it was going as soon as he hit it.
Yeah, he's connected with it well, but it was kind of at a height, probably 14 foot in the air, so it was always going to rise over the bar. That was a disappointing thing for him, but he connected with it well. It was a good corner, good set piece, and all the Blackburn Rovers players were like within 16 yards of their goal, so it allowed Miller that volley. But as I said, they're just unfortunate he couldn't control it down, and Bolash Tot just watched it fly over the bar.
Cashin with a header forward, flicked on by Henriksen, and Powell looking for Dlamini, and it breaks back towards Coyle in the left back position, who just sends it back to Phillips, the goalkeeper. Nice first touch by him. And they go back to Louis Coyle again in the left back position today. It's not totally unfamiliar to him. He's played there before, but certainly a right back by trade, Louis Coyle. He's a Hull lad. had 4 different spells at Fleetwood. The shortest of the 4 being his permanent one, when it was about 6 months before he came here.
I think it's the experience, isn't it? They know what Lewis Miller's like as a wing back, so his experience is valuable down this side, isn't it?
Certainly, yeah. Scoreline 0-0 if you're just joining us, and 3.5 minutes gone in the second half. Taylor Gardner-Hickman sending it forward. Here's Henriksen challenging, and Dlamini comes away with the ball, and it deflects kindly all the way through to the goalkeeper Phillips. Just a reminder for you as well, if you are listening on BBC Sounds today, there is a channel for Blackburn Rovers content. Just search Blackburn Rovers and you will find it, and any interviews and features on Rovers that we do, you will find there. If you subscribe, you'll be notified as soon as something new drops into that inbox, so to speak. Here's possession for Hull with Regan Slater into Casey Palmer, and out to the left side, and Liam Miller lays it back off to Palmer again, who just right-footed, plays it into the path of Famuo, and back it goes to the goalkeeper again. The Hull City manager not happy down there when he's watching his players ending up being in possession and going back to the goalkeeper. But they're having a good season in the Championship, Hull, aren't they? There was a feeling at the start of the season that they might struggle, but under their manager Sergei Yarikovic, they're doing really well. Here's McBurney looking for Miller for Hull, well read by Atchison, who finds Gardner-Hickman in midfield and just played off towards Miller, who's body checked by Coyle and then whacked away by Palmer. Now, to me, that's a booking.
Yeah, but you're all for that.
He's still frustrated.
He's not calmed down at all. It's Coyle that's got to be careful now, isn't it? You know, I mean, he's completely blocked Lewis Miller. I mean, a good pass down the line, he wants to go down and follow on, but he's just completely wiped him out. And
I think had the referee booked the pair of them in the first half, he could have been in a bit of bother then. But
yeah. Oh no.
That's Cashin, who gets away with a little heavy touch, and the ball runs off Ndala and out for a Blackburn throw on the far side here. BBC Radio Lancashire station. Just a reminder for you, if you weren't with us in the first half, you can have a bit of a watch along with us if you like at BBC Lanc Sport on X. If you would like to send us a message, Kevin Gallagher has got the big coat on. A few comments about Eskimos and various other people who wear big coats have come in the first half. Just go to at BBC Lancs Sport if you would like to drop us a comment or a question for Kevin in this second half. We will get them to you and give you a mention this Sunday afternoon. Probably a lot of people at home with the fire on.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it'd be a lovely day, just nice open fire, burning, watching it. But I'd rather be a football match. And to be fair, as one of the listeners asked me earlier, I would rather be playing.
Yeah.
In weather like this, I'd rather be playing than sitting here with 7 layers on.
Now then, here's a ball out to the right side, and it's good play by Drama, looking for Ndala down the right side. Checks the ball back, shot goes across the face, blocked by Cashin. It'll be a whole corner on the right, and that Rovers goal not quite leading a charmed life, but the Rovers defenders making sure that Bola's shot remains unemployed. Corner ball.
Yeah, certainly good block from Cashin at the end, but again, it was so simple going through that defence for Blackburn, you know, and again, questions being asked by Hull, but being blocked out.
It's an out-swinging corner here. Henriksen meets it, and Cashin tries to close down the corner taker. Lewis Miller with the header away, and Liam Miller with a wild effort over the bar. High, wide and not Sansom. Who's gone down injured here? Is it Christy Montgomery?
Well, Christy Montgomery literally about 2 minutes ago signalled across to the bench. Nothing, I looked down, there was a little bit of movement. Management came off the bench, nothing happened, but since the corners came in and the shot has gone, we now see the doctor and big procs going on and tending to him at the minute, but it looks to me like there is a substitution. It looks like Baraji, I think, will come on.
Well, that'll be a shame for Christy Montgomery, won't it? I mean, he's not had the best of luck recently.
Yeah, that's a signal, Andy. He's coming off.
Was Christie holding the shoulder?
His shoulder hurt in the first half. He wasn't moving his arm so well. I don't know what he's doing just now. It's very difficult to see.
Well, he's receiving some treatment.
Yeah, it's his shoulder. He's holding his shoulder, isn't he?
Yeah, he's holding his left shoulder, which you quite correctly pointed out in the first half, Kevin, was the problem area. And he's shaking his head as he walks off, holding on to that shoulder collarbone area. And let's just hope it's maybe a bit of bruising and nothing more. So big Moussa Baraji is going to come and join us. 2 goals in his last match. Can he add a bit of attacking thrust to this Blackburn Rovers team for the rest of the game? He's got more than half an hour to play in it. And if it's level at the end, he could have an hour to play in it.
Yeah.
What a shame for Christie Montgomery. Just back fit. And has some words from his boss as he makes his way down that touchline. I hope they're not going to ice it, Kevin.
That's probably the problem. It's so cold, he can't move it.
Goodness me. Frozen shoulder.
Yeah.
Literally. Norwich 3, Walsall 0 at Carrow Road. Sheffield United 1, Mansfield 4 at Bramall Lane. Goodness gracious. A good day back at his old club for Nigel Clough today. Swansea 1, West Brom 1, West Ham 1, QPR 0. Baraji, good ball. Henriksen offside. That's a shame. That's really, Kevin, it's his first touch, Baraji, and it's an intelligent, forward-thinking pass, and that's what we want to see more of.
Yeah, we want to see more of it, but again, I mean, Axel Henderson not thinking about it, he just thinks he's got himself into position, and unfortunately it was like half a yard too far ahead of the Hull defence.
Here's Coyle in the left-back position for Hull City. 0-0. Up it goes towards McBurney, who's got O'Riordan behind him. Got to be careful, Conor O'Riordan, of course, booked in this second half. 0-0 the scoreline remains here. 10 minutes played in the second half, just a little over 10. And so far, neither goalkeeper really works. Hull have had a couple of attempts, but Liam Miller's been well off target. Here's Coyle inside, and Liam Miller, the Canadian, has it again. Here's Atchison, and it's Miller again now. For Hull, inside for Palmer. Really good interception by Baraji. And then he's waited too long on the ball, and a curling attempt is wide from the 25 yards mark or so by Cody Drammer. And that was the good and the not so good in the space of seconds from Baraji.
Yeah, you could see that. He read the situation really well, but then it's one of those situations, Andy, you're not getting much time in midfield. He's not getting much time at the moment to kind of get into the feel of the game, and he nicks the ball, and in his head he's like, I've got possession, now what will I do? Looking around, and as you look around, boom, you get the ball nicked off you and you get a shot at goal. So
Miller has conceded a throw here, the Blackburn Rovers Miller, that is. And Coyle, and now McBurney, 10 yards over halfway, looks to switch it. And Deneva didn't read it at all, and it's cut out by Cashin. And Deneva in the left back position plays it off his opponent. It's a throw to Blackburn Rovers. He's a player that hasn't won the fans over yet, Kevin, Dion Deneva, and I think your feeling is on this, just correct me if I'm wrong, please do, you feel that his best position would have to be in a 4-2-3-1 rather than in a 3 at the back system.
Yeah, definite. I don't like questioning defensive capabilities. I wasn't the best defender in the world, but I got back and caused problems. I spoke to my fullback, and I think he's that type of player if he has someone behind him and doesn't have the defensive responsibilities.
Shot coming in from range here, which is a poor one by Hadji Ahmetovic, and Henriksen's after this for Rovers. Henriksen on the right looks to roll it into the path of Delamini, and it's taken off his toe, and Charlie Hughes can bring it away. It's a dreadful bit of distribution by him, and Baraji gets to the ball first. And Cashin has given a shocker of a pass straight back to Hull, and it's Casey Palmer, read by Cashin this time, who plays it square and finds Deneva into Powell, who's knocked off the ball cheaply, and that's Taylor Gardner-Hickman away. And now Hull have it again. Regan Slater, one more to the left, and Louis Coyle. Some pressure coming from the home side. Liam Miller up against Lewis Miller, and Lewis Miller gets his body in the way, wins himself a free kick. He's exceptionally good at winning free kicks, isn't he?
No, in that situation, who he reminds me of? Grant Hanley. Very good at, you get turned and looks like you're going to lose possession, and the player's going to, and you just manage just enough to get your body in front of the player, and then you just get a touch and you go down, and referees buy it for you, and it helps you out.
I think he's taken to this right wing back position when he's had to, really, in the absence of Alibiosu and Litherland in the last few games now. And he's I know he came to Blackburn Rovers as a right back, so playing in that sort of area is not going to faze him.
No.
But he's been playing on the right of the back three pretty much all season for Rovers. He's got himself a throw here, and Miller just had a look where Cashin was there, because he's in acres. If he wants to throw it across the halfway line, the temptation is on for him. But he goes down the line instead to Henriksen, who flicks it on, and Delamini helps it on. Couldn't have done much more with it, in fairness, and drama goes back to the goalkeeper Phillips, who clears. Gardner-Hickman down on the chest from him, and then he's given it away. And has a bit of a pop at Henriksen. I don't think it was his fault, in all honesty. Baraji to Miller, who did really well to control the pass. Oh, Baraji beaten to it by Palmer in the end. And Ndala, good interception, Cashin. And now Delamini needs to keep the ball. Finds Brandon Powell, might as well go it alone. Powell runs into trouble. Allows a challenge from Drama to come in, and then Henriksen, I think, has fouled 2 in the process. And a free kick to Hull.
Kick to me, kick to you, kick to me, kick to you, isn't it? One of those situations. But I mean, you're just looking at Brandon Powell, and his first 10-15 minutes of the first half compared to now, he's looking a little bit physically tired. He's actually mentally tired, I should say, rather than physically. He's thinking about things now, and the more he thinks about it, it's allowing the Hull players to come and get interceptions on him, take the ball off him.
Yeah, it's perfectly natural, that, isn't it? That'll be the case.
Oh, the nervous energy that lad will have lost in this game is unbelievable.
Balls off Atchison, Hull corner. Home side are asking the questions in this second half. 61 on the watch here. Hull City 0, Blackburn Rovers 0, BBC Radio Lancashire.
I'm just watching him because he's coming across to the sidelines now. I don't know if it's a corner kick tactic, because we're leaving 2 up the park, which we've never done all season.
I love that. That's great. Deneva and Powell, I just wonder whether it's their defensive capabilities that they're being told to get out.
Andy, I mean, we were always told in our day.
Corner short here, and it's Miller to play it in. It's an inviting looking ball, but it's got too much whip on it and pace on it that takes it behind, and it'll be a goal kick to Rovers.
If you can go and press 2 men up the park, as Blackburn did there, that takes players away. That takes 3 players out the situation of the corner, and it allows players to see space. When you've got 21 players in that box, it's so difficult to see things. So why not take the gamble, get 2 players up park? You know, I don't recall any of the best sides taking everybody back. You've left someone up the park at all stages.
Well, it's a new thing, isn't it? There's no one goes on the posts at corners anymore either, and I don't understand that.
No,
it's out of play for a throw on the near side. It was probably done by an in vogue manager that no one did it, so everyone copied. You know?
Oh, it is, but that's what happens, isn't it? You know, and they say, well, we don't really need a man in certain aspects of how they take corner kicks. For example, that player on the post, where it was near post or back post, if it was a player that was taking an outswinger, as soon as you take the outswinger, you're getting to the 6-yard box, so you don't need a man. That man's not in the post, he's doing defensive duties. Today they don't have that now. They have their marking zones, and it's little slightly different outtake and set pieces.
Well taken by Casey Palmer, looks to thread the ball through, and O'Riordan read it well and cleared it. Is that a good game back there? Just that one where he was turned by McBurney, which meant that he went into the notebook. Slater lays it off for Hughes on the halfway line for Hull. 0-0 the scoreline here. BBC Radio Lancashire station this Sunday afternoon. Thanks for being with us. Andy Bays and Kevin Gallagher at the MKM. Here's Ndala. Wide on the right for Hull. Deneva up against him, but not really putting any sort of attempt to block the cross. Cashin does. Body positional wise, Kevin, there's a foul given on Bolash Tot, who has gone down here. Oh, don't tell me that's another bad injury. Or is he going to be all right? Yeah,
he's fine.
Maybe winded slightly. I'm concerned about Deneva's body position completely. It doesn't look natural in defensive terms whatsoever.
It's when he's receiving the ball, you want to be receiving it that your back is facing the touchline, and then as he receives it, he turns round, so he's actually, when he controls it, he's controlling it back towards Cashin. He should be controlling it, they're receiving the front one, so his first touch opens his body, his second touch is down the line with the pass. And there's so many times he gets caught out with his back to play.
Throw in Hull, 64.5 gone. Hull City 0, Blackburn Rovers 0. Ball played by McBurney was just so close to Powell's head, but he just couldn't jump high enough to head it away. And Cashin gets a little touch on the ball before Ndala. 0-0 it remains. Slater in possession for Hull. 0-0. Coyle on this near side. Loads of room for him. Louis Coyle plays it in left-footed, and it's a real miscue because he's so right-footed, but the left lets him down. Tot with a clearance. Dlamini will chase after this down the left side. Hughes will send it back to the goalkeeper.
So even now it looks like Dlamini's energy levels now, it's like, well, I'm giving up the ghost, the defender's got it. First half he would chase that right down. So there's kind of, now you can see the tiredness creeping into one or two of the younger players, and he's gone down, Dlamini, now, so he's seen his time.
Is he cramped up? Oh, well, something's happened, and Andy Proctor is needed again.
Yeah, his calves. As I said, these youngsters, that's what happens. And cleverly enough, when you're looking along the line, I mean, Brandon Powell just now, he should be going across to the physios and getting energy drinks off them.
Yeah.
And getting it back in, getting the fluid back into the system again.
Well, Miller is just shouting to the side, any chance of a drink?
Yeah. But we're getting substitutes on. We can see.
Now, are they calling back Yuki Ohashi?
Yuki Ohashi's been called back.
You see,
who's that else has been called back there? I'm trying. Is that Aidan?
Is it
Doherty?
Ty John, or is it
not
Aidan Doherty?
That's Doherty, innit?
Yeah. Okay.
So there's obviously two players. That'll be Powell and Dlamini. So that's.
Yeah, I've got to say, I'm a little surprised. And frankly, a touch disappointed that Ty John won't be coming up.
Well, he's definitely got the hump with the kid, and he's stating that he's not going to stay with the club. He'll be making a big move, and the club won't like that. And to be fair on the club, for me, if that guy doesn't want to sign for me as a manager, I don't think I'd have him on the bench, to be honest, perfectly honest, if he's going out his way out the club. But the manager wants him at the club, so he's going to involve him. So there's a little catch-22, a game of cat and mouse, shall we say, because the manager's still got to say to him, I still want you here, but the kid's like, well, I'm not getting my opportunity, so I'm not staying. And as soon as someone says that and he's got his eyes opened by big clubs, I would just say, just leave him out now, just put him back to the 18s and let him play in the 18s until he's made that decision that it's time to leave in the summer.
I'm just looking across. Is Dlamini wanting to carry on? He's standing on the touchline here. He's had his treatment, but he doesn't look like he's finished.
No, he's young, he's enthusiastic, isn't he?
Powell nearly dispossessing his man Famwo, and Powell's left him on his backside on a yellow card, remember. Here's the ball down the right for Hull City, and a ball into the box is off Deneva, and it's a Hull City corner again. And Blackburn Rovers want to make the change.
Ohashi coming on now.
And Valerian Ismail is telling Dlamini, you're not coming back. And he's got a long walk back now. Now, the first one's going to be Doherty to come on for a debut for Blackburn Rovers. Good luck to him. Aidan Doherty on for Rovers. And Powell on a yellow card, who had a really bright start to the game, looked like he was running on fumes towards the end, is making way. Yuki Ohashi on. So he doesn't get the weekend off that many of us predicted. In comes the corner ball. Henriksen heads it away. Deneva with another header. Looked like he was fouled and the referee agrees. A free kick to Rovers. And there's a little more experience on the park now, Kevin. I'm not saying a lot. Baraji's played half a dozen games in Rovers colours, and Ohashi certainly will add something a little different.
Yeah, certainly will. You know what he's like as well. You know, you start to tire as a young lad, you're cramping up, you want him off right away. You know, you want to save that little bit of energy, get the recovery as soon as for the youngster, you know, and Ohashi will do the exact same. So the Hull defenders will be like, oh, not again, because they know what Ohashi's like. He chases you down, he harasses you, and they'll be tiring as well. The massive big clocks up here, they can see the time, they can see how much time they have left, and in that 20 minutes that is left, they'll be thinking, well, we hope we don't get too many balls over the top, because Ohashi will chase it down.
Yeah, absolutely. 0-0 it remains. BBC Radio Lancashire on a Sunday afternoon. The ball's in a left-back position for Hull with Coyle, met by O'Riordan, and then away by Atchison. Up goes Baraji in the air to win it, midway inside his own half, and now Casey Palmer out to the left, the near side as we look at it, and it's out of play off Miller. Throw in to Rovers, taken by the other Miller on the park. I should be more accurate with my Millers. Oh, and that's dreadful by Henriksen, which is given away here, and Ndala has a shot and Cashin gets a block on, or does he? No. It's a miscued shot, but Axel Henriksen with a tired, lazy looking square ball in his own half that could have caught Rovers out cold.
It's a square pass, isn't it? It's a we class it in my days a cardinal sin pass. Do not pass it square. We got caught out, and again Aaron Cashin finding out what Blackburn defending's all about. Desperation at the end of it. He's gone to ground, and what he's gone to ground, he's made Ndaji lift the ball up and away over the bar.
0-0. Lovely play down the right from Hull City. Drama getting into a good position. Baraji puts it behind for a corner to Hull. Far side there right.
Oh,
quick
no.
counter.
Oh no, we're getting away from Deneva now, so Deneva's wanting off.
Oh, he's down now. Well, the Rovers medics are coming on again. Pickering or Ribeiro?
Well, you take your Pickering, I'll take Ribeiro. Hey!
Is that Ribeiro running back now to the bench? I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So, Deneva will be making way. It's as soon as the pressure's come down that right side in the second half, he's struggled to cope at times. And going back on our earlier messages, Kevin, where supporters are getting in touch saying, as long as we don't pick up any more injuries.
Tis the season to be injured.
Yes. I'm not sure whether these will be fatigue injuries or whether there are calf pulls here today for certainly Deneva and Dlamini, who are both off. Deneva being asked to. Now, if you are injured, I find it slightly harsh that you've got to go right over to the other side and make your way off there. Just walk off behind the goal.
Yeah, it's closer, isn't it? He's got 6 yards to walk off behind the pitch, or he's got 16. Well, to waste time as an away team, you'll take the 16 yards at any time.
Now Rovers are going to have to defend the corner with 10. So they left 2 out last time. Sean McLaughlin's coming on. That'll be interesting. An out-swinging delivery to come. Casey Palmer looks to control it. And here's possession for Slater. For Palmer. And Palmer in right-footed. Headed away. Miller takes on the shot. He He's never afraid to have a go, is he? But his attempt so far today, he'll be disappointed with. Ribeiro and McLaughlin to come on.
Oh no!
And Gardner-Hickman is fouled. And McBurney's running after the referee, furious with him.
Oh, he's completely lost possession, Hickman. He thought, I could take a turn here. And next minute there's 3 Hull players. McBurney's going to take a yellow card for remonstrating, but I'm glad the referee was on Blackburn Rovers side there, because he got out-muscled, out-fought, and the ball taken off him.
Aaron Cashin is going off. Now, let's hope that's not an injury. And Dion Deneva, of course, off. Well, he looks fine as he's going off, doesn't he, Cashin?
Cashin's fine. I thought Cashin cruised this game, really, and a couple of desperate tackles at the end of it.
Now, I'm afraid that's probably one of those, he can't play 90, he's not played for a few weeks sort of thing.
I disagree with it, I really do.
I couldn't agree with you more.
I totally disagree with it. Might be just a tactical thing. McLaughlin on the left.
Well, if anything, Kevin, I'm taking O'Riordan off. He's on a yellow against McBurney.
Yeah.
I don't really understand that. Anyway, 15 and a half minutes to go. It is 0-0. And at the end of this game, if it's still level, we will head for extra time. Blackburn Rovers certainly have some more experience on the park as it stands, but in terms of creating anything in this second period, they haven't. Here's Drama on the right. Miller is available with the switch. They want an offside, it doesn't come. Lewis Miller was convinced that Liam was offside there. Played down the left. Coyle's attempted cross, sliding in was Miller to concede the corner. Miller still remonstrates with the linesman on the far side. Dion Deneva has just made his way back on that long walk round the pitch. As Rovers medics have a chat with Valerian Ismail. Here's Miller for Hull. Taken off him by Gardner-Hickman here. Now, have they got a runner to the right? They have, and it's Doherty, as Gardner-Hickman was left on his backside by Drama. Here's young Doherty. What can he do with it? On the right side, he's cut in field. Now, can he get a shot off? He can't. He's crowded out, but he finds Musa Baraji. Oh, on his left foot. It's deflected, is it?
Now, what's the yellow card coming here?
For Drama?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That was for earlier. On the move there.
Well played Doherty there. He got himself into a position of who's down now? That's Gardner-Hickman from the foul.
Yeah, this is from the foul.
Well, Taylor Gardner-Hickman on the deck. Blackburn Rovers have now brought on Ribeiro, McLaughlin, Ohashi, Baraji and Doherty. So it is only when they get to extra time, if it reaches that stage, can they make another. Here are Hull in possession. Short between Hughes and the goalkeeper Phillips, and Phillips' clearance only straight to Lewis Miller. Here's Baraji, who had that attempt for Rovers there. I would have said on his right foot, Kevin, we might have been saying on target, but his left, he was miles off.
Yeah, miles. It was. You know the amount of steps that are here at the MKM Stadium, and he almost hit the top tier, so that is a long way up.
Here's Gardner-Hickman. Big switch from him. Louis Coyle underneath it. Calm, cool header back to the goalkeeper here. And Hull have given it away again. And it's Doherty for Miller. Hutchison in early and quickly. Given away though. And here's Rovers in possession with Ribeiro. And popped out to the left here by Gardner-Hickman for Yuki Ohashi. Taking on Drama, winning the corner. And some pressure coming from Rovers with 12 and a half minutes to go.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure, and when they've just had the first shot at goal, really, haven't they?
Yeah.
So it's not even tested the goalkeeper, which has been pretty bad. It's okay coming to watch a game of football, but you want to see goal-mouth excitement. You see goal-mouth excitement, you don't feel what the weather's like. We're not seeing that, and we can feel the cold.
Corner kick. Gardner-Hickman to take. Far side the left. It's a poor delivery, which Hull make a bit of a meal of clearing, and now they can bring it away on the counter, and Doherty's done really well to get a touch on the ball, and Henriksen's attempted pass to find Gardner Hickman has struck the referee Will Finney, who's had to stop play. And Rovers staff are talking to the fourth here, and I'm not sure why. Maybe they feel that there was an infringement inside the penalty area from that corner when everyone went to ground.
Yeah, there was 3 players, wasn't there? 2 Hull and 1 Blackburn, all gone to ground. Referee not giving any decision, and the thing was, the Blackburn player arrived just a little bit too early for the cross, because it was a decent cross into the box, but there was nobody behind his run.
Oh, we're going to restart with Rovers in possession here.
Yeah,
rightly so. I don't think they've any reason to give it back, have they?
No.
Here's Gardner Hickman. Oh, it's a dreadful ball square, which goes straight to Miller. The manager's absolutely furious, and rightly. Miller cutting inside. No free kick as he goes down to ground under the challenge of Lewis Miller. Here's O'Riordan. To the left, and McLaughlin here. And McLaughlin for Ribeiro and Baraggi. For McLaughlin again, former Hull man, of course, who was a Hull player last season. His own goal separated these two teams in the league fixture last season. Baraggi races after his own pass. And the ball's going to go all the way back to Phillips in the goal. We're going to see Kyle Joseph very shortly, former Blackpool striker. Will be coming on for Hull. Did really well for Blackpool in Steve Bruce's time in charge last season, and then moved on last January to come here to Hull. Doherty putting himself about, trying to get challenging. That's late by Coyle on him, but referee carries on, and Baraggi with a loose ball up in the air, and Hull City have got possession back again. 0-0 the scoreline here, last 10 of the 90, that is. It's goalless at the MKM. Here's Andala. Not the greatest of passes. Cut out by O'Riordan, and he can find Doherty. He's not fouled by Palmer. He's tackled well. And now Liam Miller on the left. McBurney running down the channel for him here, wanting to win a corner. Bolash Tok comes out, gathers the ball safely. We're going to see 2 Hull changes. We're also going to see the introduction of David Akintola, who's going to come on as well. So they're going to change the front as Bolash Tok sends the ball into touch.
It's a great tactic, that, isn't it? From goalkeepers.
So the first change, we'll see Andala replaced. And referee telling him, pop off on the other side of the pitch, pal. You're a lot nearer. Mr. Finney. I quite like this from the referee, in fairness, Kevin. That a lot of referees have forgotten this rule, and a lot take forever to get off. And Palmer going off as well. So they're going to leave on McBurney and send Joseph on as well. So unless Kyle Joseph's going to play in the middle of midfield, they might be going 2 up top here, Hull.
Well, what they've looked at is they've looked at McBurney being one-on-one with O'Riordan, done all right, but never get anything else. Now they're just going to take the gamble. They're going 4 up front. That's what they're doing. So they're pressing Blackburn back 5 to a back 5.
Akintola to the right, and Joseph will probably just play in that 10 position.
Yeah, that's where he's gone. He's just sitting in there. Still the 4-2-3-1 as you class it. 4-4 or 4-2-4 when you're attacking, really.
Kyle Joseph, 6 goals this season in the league. He, as I say, did particularly well at Blackpool in League One last season. Didn't score a league goal for Hull in the second half of last season when he was signed in the January. Here's Phillips to clear the ball forward for Hull City. Comes off Gardner Hickman and smashed forward by McLaughlin. Doherty looks to get it under control, and he's done well. Looks to find Yuri Ribeiro, and the back pass sent here to Phillips, who'll tidy up here and cross halfway. O'Riordan and McBurney together, and it'll be headed away by O'Riordan. Here's Ribeiro, and now Baraggi, who was caught as he played it by McBurney, and the referee Finney has not spotted it, or his assistant either. Here's Miller on the Hull left, who looks to get the crossover. Excellent defending by Sean McLaughlin. And Ohashi in his own half collects it for Blackburn Rovers. Can't be offside. Henriksen now. He's got players right and left, and he's motoring on himself and finds Doherty here. He's one-on-one with Hughes. Doherty goes for goal, and off balance. Got a little excited, and it's well over the crossbar for a goal kick.
Yeah, way too excited, wasn't it? He's seen the goal, seen the opportunity, seen the high vis goalkeeping outfit, and decided I'm going to go for something special here, and he did. He actually hit the top of the U in Hill on the stand.
Dylan Phillips clears. We are 6 and a bit minutes plus additional time away from extra time as Akintola races after the ball. It's a Blackburn Rovers throw. Referee telling Sean McLaughlin to retreat, and he'll retreat even further to where the assistant wants him to take the delivery from, the Irishman. And a throw in into Ribeiro. Garden Hickman, I should say. Ribeiro's further down the left channel, and it's another throw to Blackburn Rovers. 5.5 minutes to play. Scoreline is 0-0. Shots on target, 1 for Hull, none for Rovers today. 11 attempts for Hull, 6 for Rovers. Ball's played down the Hull left, looking for Liam Miller, and he'll not keep it in and send it out for a goal kick as well.
Why just not let it go for a throw in?
100%.
Just let it go for a throw.
100%.
If he lets it go for a throw in, it gives his time for his midfield defenders to come up and put pressure on Blackburn in the defensive third. And great though.
Crazy.
I don't know what was going through his head there.
6,627 is the attendance today. This is a fixture in recent times that has been really dominated by the away teams. 5 of the last 7 meetings at Ewood and here have finished with the away side winning. Strange. Here's Coyle. Little ball inside, and Slater. And the ball's back for Louis Coyle again, who goes back to his goalkeeper. Now Famwo wanted time, and there wasn't any. And Doherty challenged him and went down. Here is Doherty again, offside given.
He's not offside there, by the way. Lovely finish for the kid, but it's not offside. He's not offside. Well, I'd love to see that again, because I don't believe he's offside on it.
We might get a chance to see it again with the benefit of a replay. We'll find out. But my first thought was that there was a centre half in the middle playing him on.
Yeah, that's where I'm looking, along that line where he's in.
But I'm not sure the television companies are too bothered about the replay, to be honest.
No, I don't think so.
Here's Ribeiro. It was, as you say, some finish.
It's a great little finish from him, but unfortunately doesn't count for anything.
Up goes O'Riordan with a header. Been as good as anyone today for me, Conor O'Riordan. Can be well pleased with his full debut for Blackburn Rovers 2 years after signing. Now, is there a handball there?
No, it's a free kick in the first place.
Yeah.
It's like what we were talking about in the car, about a defender in the centre of that defence.
Yeah.
And that's what he's done today. He's done the ugly side of football. Just defend, nothing else. I'm going to defend it, and I'll pass it to someone else who can then create or do something different. And that's what Conor O'Riordan's done in there.
Yeah.
And to place against somebody like O'Riordan as well, who's a canny, who's a cat McBurney, O'Riordan, who's done something against McBurney, who's a canny player, and actually keep him to ground. And I don't even remember if McBurney's had a shot at goal. When is he top goal scorer here?
Yeah, it's in double figures.
Yeah,
he's got 10 for the season, 9 in the league. Ollie McBurney. And Blackburn Rovers have themselves a throw. Miller is saying, come on, let's try and get this game won now. It's a throw in on the far side. Blackburn Rovers head of media must be able to smell a winning goal. He's racing downstairs. He'll be racing back up in 3 or 4 minutes if they don't score. It's a throw in on the far side, which Miller's going to take here. Long one coming in, flicked on by O'Riordan. McBurney clearing his lines. Atchison And Henriksen with another flick on. He's done very well as well today, Tom Atchison, back there. Here's Baraji to knock it back to Bolash Tot. We're in the 89th minute now. Swansea against West Brom looks like it's heading the same way as this one. Into extra time, it's 1-1 in that one. West Ham and QPR are a little further behind, but they're at 1-1 as well. And I can imagine that atmosphere at West Ham with the not being able to beat a championship team. Here's Miller well forward. Doherty in the middle if you can find him. In it comes, and it's just not evaded Famawo, who heads it away. Ooh, loose from Atchison, but got there for a second time. Here's Henriksen for Atchison. Lovely touch. Baraji for Ohashi. Miller wants it on the right. Now can he fizz it across? He's cut it back. Oh, and Ohashi's not got it. For some reason he couldn't get it under control. But here comes Ribeiro for Rovers as we approach the 90th. We're now in the 90th minute. Ribeiro for Gardner-Hickman. And Baraji now. Atchison calling for it. Baraji, change of pace from him. Checks inside, threads it into the box. Doherty lays it off. Struck by Ohashi. Well defended by Hull City. There's a player down in the box and the referee stops play.
Why is he giving a free kick here?
He's not. He's just stopped play for an injury.
No, he's given the hand indication it's a
surely
free kick to Hull
there's
City.
never a free kick there in a month of Sundays.
That's a block on a block shot. It's a block with a block. Ohashi's shot, he hurt his ankle, and the Hull player who's blocked it has certainly hurt his ankle.
Well, I'm not being funny, Kevin. There's no medics. They're told to sit down. They're told to go back. He's going to be perfectly fine, and the referee has stopped play. And to me, it looks like Hull have got what they wanted there.
Yeah, they certainly have. They certainly have.
He's absolutely fine.
But Hull get the free kick. I don't understand that.
No, I don't. I cannot understand for the life of me how he thinks there's a foul. 7
minutes added on.
I don't understand that either. Well, there's been a couple of injuries. And a free kick to Hull City for what I have absolutely no idea. It was a shot which was blocked.
Yeah. I don't understand that at all.
Forward by Miller. Ohashi will give chase, but all the way through to the goalkeeper. And it's sent forward again over the head of Atchison. And here's Liam Miller to play it in. Oh, Baraji's put it almost on a plate for Akintola. And he's took a swipe at it and not connected. It's gone behind for a goal kick.
Oh, I'm glad that Akintola was going at full pace there at the back post with Ribeiro. You know, he just couldn't hold his speed, and it just gone slightly behind him, but Baraji trying to block it totally miscues it into Akintola's path, and as I said, he was going that fast, he couldn't control anything. It was a little bit fortunate for Blackburn on that cross there.
Now there's going to be a goal kick here. We are 90 seconds into the additional 7. 0-0. BBC Radio Lancashire on a Sunday afternoon. We're going to be with you potentially longer than we thought we might be, as Baraji plays it forward. Phillips comes out to get it. Here is possession for Hughes for Hull. Back to Phillips again. And the goalkeeper, 10 yards outside of his area, comes and sends it forward. Miller the target, as often is the case. Atchison did well there under pressure, put the ball out for a Hull throw. Remains goalless. Hull want to make another change. They're going to send on Cathal McCarthy. And it's possession still for Coyle. Oh, and they've played a give and go around Baraji here. And now there's a potential shooting chance here. And it's into the side netting, courtesy of a deflection.
Oh, I just seen the big opportunity there as well, wasn't it, for Hadzim?
Corner's taken short here. Rovers not concentrating, and it's half cleared. Picked up by Miller on the edge of the Rovers penalty area on the left side. Miller checking infield. It struck the head of McLaughlin. There's nobody up for Rovers, so they're going to have to play out somehow. And Doherty did really well. It's the only option.
Clever ball, that. It's a clever ball. Make them chase, but it gives Blackburn a chance to get the back five back into shape again. as they're doing.
Well, Hadjiemetovic is certainly one of the closest we've been in the second period there to the opening goal. Here's Ohashi. Doherty's making a run off of him. Here's Miller on the right, though, for Rovers. 4 up in the attack if he can find one. Hull struggling to clear, and it'll break for Yuri Ribeiro, of all people, wide.
Well, at least he's having an effort.
Ribeiro's shot off target.
Sub now.
And Miller, who's been their main goal threat, is going to make his way off. And 19-year-old Irishman Cathal McCarthy is going to come on. He played for Hull on Boxing Day as a substitute, on the 29th I should say, and has appeared, he actually appeared in the fixture earlier this season between the two teams, starting the game at the back. So in that 3-0 defeat for Hull against Rovers, where Hedges, Ohashi and Cantwell were all on target. Doherty's down this time. Well, he'll get himself back up. And we'll just see where McCarthy goes to play, Kevin. It looks like, I know he is a defender, but is he going to go into a back three here for Hull? I think he might.
Be interesting to see how it
looks like he's just, well, he's playing out. Yeah, maybe just in advance of the two centre backs. Here's Phillips here. We've got about 2 minutes of added on time to go. Atchison heads it out for Rovers. Baraggi a little loose, but Lewis Miller has it for Rovers. Pops it off to O'Riordan, and he goes long looking for Doherty. Up goes Famua with him. And then there's a foul yet again by Henriksen on Coyle, and a free kick to Hull City. 2 minutes of the additional time to play.
Yeah, but that's just the way the game's getting panned out, isn't it? The way they play. I mean, he's dropped back into that midfield area, Henriksen, and he's full of energy. That's one thing for sure for the lad, and his attitude is fantastic at chasing around and doing things. It's just like to see him get on the ball that more. We've seen one or two lovely little passes from him, but just not quite enough.
Now O'Riordan defending against McBurney, and Atchison got a touch onto it. It's going to be a Hull corner. I think McBurney's done Atchison a world of good there.
He has.
If it had gone down, they would have given the referee a decision to make.
Yeah, that's one thing he would have gave him.
Now then, Hadjiemetovic is going to take this corner kick for Hull. Probably the last chance of the match. Defend it properly, the Rovers boys here, and they're going into extra time. Baraggi heads it away at the near post. Here's Doherty, wins the throw off Coyle. And the one thing both managers will have not wanted at the start of this game, Kevin, is another half hour.
Well, we say that, but managers ask for game time for players. He's certainly getting it. That's the thing, he's getting that little bit of extra time as well to see what some of the players are made of. You know, you see players for an hour and the young boys, so you see that side of it. Montgomery, I mean, another injury, Powell, Diamini, you get a chance to see these guys come off. You see the guys, the young subs that are going on, and see what they can do. And Doherty, I mean, enthusiasm, endeavour at the minute has been good.
Clever from Ohashi, chesting it into the path of Doherty. Ball in is not far away from Ohashi, and Phillips clears. The 7 minutes are up. The referee's finding more from somewhere. McLaughlin defends it well, and I think the referee will say enough's enough now. It's back in for Hughes. The referee still wanting to continue, and the whistle goes. It's going to be extra time here, and another half hour to come. After 90 minutes, can't separate these two sets of players. We go on for another half hour, 15 each way, and if my facts are correct, Blackburn Rovers, if they require another substitute, I think can make one in added on time, but in extra time that is. So players coming off. It's a 0-0 draw, Kevin Gallagher.
Yeah, it's a 0-0 draw, but as 0-0 goes, we're getting to see a few of the Blackburn young players. We've seen how long they would last, 70 minutes. The mental part of the game, they're tired. The physical side of the game, they were knackered, so they've made changes. Fresher legs have come on. It's kept the impetus of Blackburn's game going. It's not taken anything away from it. They've kept going, they've kept huffing and puffing. They've had a couple of half chances, snatch shots, but never really troubled Dylan Phillips in the whole goal. And that'll be their disappointing thing, is they're not testing out the goalkeeper. And that's what they have to do. They have to test the goalkeeper. They're not doing it at the minute. Hull, when they're at home, you're expecting a little bit more from them, but I mean, I've been largely disappointed in the way that they're playing. But that's down to the way that Blackburn are playing. They're minimalising Hull's chances, and they're having a good game so far.
Igor Tyjon will be joining us for extra time. He's stripped and ready. Who he replaces is another matter.
Henriksen?
Potentially, yeah. Unless someone else has picked up an injury.
Yeah.
Well,
it can only be Henriksen unless they're changing the system and go to a 4 at the back. So that'll be the interesting side of the first half of this extra time.
So, just a thought or two on extra time, Kevin, because my feeling is on it that I think it's worked very well in the Football League Trophy and the League Cup to remove extra time from the match, go straight to penalties at the end of 90. And I think both teams would be more than happy to go with that today. I would you?
I certainly would, because nowadays all I tend to hear now from managers is the fact is that it's tiring for the players. The season's so long, there's too many games. So if that's the way it is, then you put it down to, right, okay, we'll play the 90 minutes and plus the injury time that we play. But what we're going to do is it's going straight to penalties.
Yep.
You might see a lot of 0-0 games and teams coming and defending it, but you might see the opposite. You might see a lot of teams just going out to try and win it because they don't want to go to penalties, because we've seen it so many times. It's a big gamble.
Well, hang on,
double sub. Is this a double sub?
Well, George Pratt is stripped. Has Tyjon been told to sit down? Well, they can only, almost certain they can only bring one on, and it's George Pratt, isn't it?
And who's he coming on for though?
I can't see O'Riordan. It is Connor O'Riordan to go off.
Substitution for Blackburn Rovers coming up number 26, Connor O'Riordan, to be replaced by number 43, George Pratt.
Well, it's a kind of, not saying strange, but unless O'Riordan's picked up a...
Well, he's on a booking.
He's on a yellow and he's tired, so maybe the fact is that Hull brought on a second striker, fresher legs, bring Pratt on, a bit fresher. McLaughlin goes back into that central role again. Pratt will come into the left centre half role.
I think on reflection, Connor O'Riordan must have told someone that he wasn't fit to continue, because I think we both saw Tyjon down there, didn't we?
Yeah, I could have swore that Tyjon was coming on.
Anyway, we will continue.
It's not very often I get to see centre halves being tired and coming off.
No.
The modern game is changing.
Well, so here we go again. 15 minutes each way, and we can't get that right to kick off the second period.
The thing I'm watching is McCarthy's trying to stop Wahashi to chase this down. That's a free kick in my eyes.
Yeah.
So why does the referee not pull the play back and give a free kick? It's blatant obstruction.
Now here's Akintola for Hull City, and McBurney looking to play it inside. Henriksen on the edge of his own penalty area, didn't get it under control. Two players try and clear, and smashed away by Miller, and Gardner Hickman did ever so well to turn and knock it back to his goalkeeper Bolash Todd. Here's Atchison clearing upfield, looking for Doherty, and that'll come to nothing and be a throw-in on the far side for Blackburn Rovers. It's Throw on the far side. This is extra time where largely, Kevin, for me, it is two teams who won't want to make a mistake rather than two teams who'll be desperate to find a winner.
Yeah, I think so. I think if the game had ended there and gone to penalties, I don't think either side would have bothered, to be honest.
No. Now then, here's Hadjimetovic playing it into the penalty area. Gardner-Hickman there on the cover. And play is going out for a throw on this near side here. And Drama looks to cross it. Hadjimetovic with a cross to the back stick. McBurney with a header back across. Slater challenging for it. Roof of the net. Hull City players feel that there's a foul on Slater as he converged on the ball. And Slater is down. And I think a number of Hull players and staff felt that there was an infringement in the box, but happy to continue the referee, Mr. Finney, in that situation. Kevin Gallagher.
Yeah, just seen the end of it there as well. Like, it's a nervous situation. You can see the way that Hull are going to come out now. They want to go attacking. They're going to try and cause problems now, man for man in that box. And when there is a second striker, Conor O'Riordan got away with it. It was a one versus one situation most of the game. He's handled it really well. Now you're asking McLaughlin to do a similar job, but with a secondary striker just playing off him, and there's much more to distract his eye away from it.
Certainly. So Hull in possession. Ribeiro took a swing at the ball and missed. And ball goes back to the goalkeeper here, Dylan Phillips, to clear it away. Let's as soon as the ball has a bit of a breather, which it will now, the Rovers team is top in goal. Atchison, McLaughlin and Pratt are the back three now. Miller and Ribeiro are the wing backs. Gardner-Hickman and Henriksen are holding players, with Doherty, Baraji and Ohashi completing the lineup for Hull City. Phillips is the goalkeeper, as there's another foul committed. Is it Henriksen yet again? I think it is. Phillips is the goalkeeper, then it's Drama, Hughes, Famuo and Coyle. And just in front of them is McCarthy. And then they've got Akintola on the right. They've got Hadjimetovic in the centre of midfield with Slater. They've got Kyle Joseph, Ollie McBurney making up their team. Here's Hull in possession here with an opportunity as it's threaded into the box towards McBurney and excellently read by Atchison. And Baraji in his own half is very cool there. Doherty looking to find Miller. That goes out of play for a Hull throw. We are 3 minutes, almost 4 minutes into extra time here, with the scoreline at 0-0 on BBC Radio Lancashire. However you're listening, whether it's on Sounds or wherever, we are in a position where we started the game at 2:30. No goals.
Yeah, 0-0, but I mean, as we talk about 0-0s, it's been a decent game of football, but as I say, it's like a training match. No goals. You take away the goals, you play 18-yard box to 18-yard box, and both teams have gone about it. No attempts really at any goals, no goalkeepers making saves, nothing for the fans to jump up and joy for excitement with, and that's a disappointing thing at the moment.
Here's Henriksen sending it forward. Hughes knocks it back to his goalkeeper. Little trivia question for you, Kevin. One player has started both games here at Hull this season for Rovers, in August and today. Who's that one player who started both?
I'm probably, it's either Bolash Tot or Miller, Lewis Miller. That's what I would go for.
Bolash Tot is correct. Ball is sent into the Hull penalty area. Here's Akintola, the substitute, on the right for McCarthy, away from his man who was Baraji. Shot half blocked. Here's McCarthy again. Akintola wants it on the right side. Here he is up against Yuri Ribeiro, who's not really stopped him doing a great deal. Slater, excellent defending from Pratt. Ribeiro just jockeyed him and put no pressure on the ball.
No, but when you're jockeying, you need to jockey and take that half step forward while you're jockeying.
Corner short. And it's Played in and headed away to the edge of the penalty area here. Breaks to Regan Slater, and it's headed away by Pratt. Here's possession on the far side for Famwo, looking to take on his man Doherty, who has just been beaten to it. Louis Coyle will want it on his right foot to cross. That's where it's played. Good ball in, and Joseph got far too much on it. Well over the crossbar. Goal kick.
Yeah, I got and caused the problem, but when you're looking at the young Aidan Doherty over on the far side here, I mean, physically getting nudged off the ball from the older player, from Cook, and his first thing in mind was, I'm putting this into an area, it's dangerous. Kyle Joseph's the one that times his run, but he times it so well that he's actually in front of the ball, can't get his neck round it to flick it, so actually connects well with it, but it's way off target. But Hull have started this first half of extra time the stronger side, shall we say.
6.5 gone in extra time in this first period of it. Here's Pratt to find Musa Baraji, and Ribeiro for Baraji again. Nice little turn away from McCarthy, and he's got into the area now. McCarthy now knows he can't really tackle him. Ribeiro's cross, two Rovers players go for the same ball. Yuki Ohashi's touch on it sends it up in the air and through to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Ohashi had to go for that there. I know Lewis Miller was coming in on it, but the main striker has to make a move. He did, was going behind him. I don't know if Lewis Miller, had he got that opportunity, would have actually managed to do anything with it either.
Goalless here at the MKM. BBC Radio Lancashire. On a Sunday afternoon, we'll go through all the weekend's football with you tomorrow night from 6. I'll be joined in the studio by that man Brett Ormrod, who has been in touch earlier today regarding Kevin Gallagher's choice of coat. Rovers throw. Pratt told to retreat by the referee, Mr. Finney, and he's saying to the linesman, just let me know, I'll come back. Yorkshire boy, he's a Leeds lad, is George Pratt. Here's Doherty, brings it down. Henriksen, reverse ball, Ohashi after it, goalkeeper committed, did well there, Dylan Phillips. Baraji controls it, and now Gardner Hickman for Ribeiro. Ohashi wanted it to feet, Ribeiro too slow and gives possession away as well, and then dives into a challenge and gives away a free kick. No, he's another player, Kevin, who just has had no football for so many weeks.
Just frustrated there as well. He wins back possession, Andy, right, and he's looking up, and none of the front players or none of the forward players were actually looking for it to get it to feet, and because he's looking up, his touch, the ball goes away from him, so when he puts his head down to look at the ball again, he's actually having to stretch out and he's lost possession. So it's a kind of catch-22 one there. It's just keep your head down, keep possession, and just drive it to the byline, and something good might come out of it.
In this all-championship clash, it is 0-0. BBC Radio Lancashire. Here's Coyle with a cross, blocked by Gardner Hickman and brought away by the midfield player. Now Yuki Ohashi, who's got very little in the way of support. Here he is down the left side, Ohashi. He's wriggled in between defenders and scored some wonderful goals in his time at Rovers from that sort of area, but Gardner Hickman looks to switch and he tries to find Miller with it but can't. Henriksen dreadfully gives it away and then pulls his man back. That is just not good enough from Henriksen. It's a simple pass out to his teammate, and Valerian Ismail is absolutely livid as he makes his way back to the bench. Akintola, Hadjiametovic now, little ball inside from him. And now McCarthy goes down, Baraji gets the tackle in, and that'll be a Hull throw on this near side. In extra time at Swansea and West Brom, it's 1-1 there, and at West Ham it's 1-1 there in extra time as the cross comes in from the right. McBurney, good save by Tot. Akintola, off the bar, offside. McBurney from the rebound. Well, the closest we've been by a mile, and McBurney brings a great save from Bolash Tot. And then the volley from Akintola's special, and that rattles the crossbar, and McBurney for the rebound is caught offside. Wow.
I don't think, for starters, McBurney was offside, because he's not interfering with a shot that Bolash Tot saves, and then he gets a second chance. But what a save from Tot from the initial shot in the first place. You know, he's had to make the save, then the second save, crossbar. I mean, a little bit of luck. Could that be Blackburn Rovers' little bit of luck?
Well,
I hope we've got more of it.
Good goalkeeping, that's a certainty. There's a good ball in from the right, and I tell you what, Henriksen will be relieved.
Oh, definitely.
Because giving possession away as cheaply as they did was poor in the extreme. Now Ribeiro puts Drama under pressure, who swipes at the ball and only succeeds in finding Aidan Doherty, who is crowded out by two. And then Hull through Slater, clear out to the far side, and Joseph now. Henriksen with a tired looking challenge, and now McBurney on the left side. McBurney checking in field, and McCarthy's ball evades everybody and goes behind for a goal kick here. 101 on the watch. We turn around at 105, so it's still 0-0 here.
Still 0-0, but Hull have turned up the, shall we say, they've turned up the heat a little bit. It's getting, I mean, Bolas taught, you know, you talk about concentration and top quality goalkeepers, and he's had to be concentrating because he's not been asked to really do anything all the match, and he's made 3 magnificent saves, so you know his concentration level's pretty high.
Goal kick, Bolas taught sending it forward. Ribeiro controls it. I'm not convinced he particularly meant to. Stuck out a boot and it just about got there with his body shaped in the opposite direction. But anyway, it's out of play in the end, and Hull have a throw, and they go back to Famwo just outside the penalty area. 0-0 the scoreline here on BBC Radio Lancashire, the home of Graham Liver at breakfast. Graham and the team back in the morning from 6. Any of your weather issues, he will be certainly reading. Bolas Tot controls the ball just outside the penalty area and gets it back into his box and takes a little stumble, but manages to recover in time.
It's like a Christmas pantomime, that bit, wasn't it? You heard him kind of, oh no, he's behind you.
Here's Henriksen for Blackburn Rovers. He's got Miller to his right. Henriksen, well,
that shot across.
It's an attempt which the goalkeeper has saved and will probably go down as the first shot on target.
I thought he was setting up for a cross.
So did I.
So that's how deceiving the angle we're at.
And I think Dylan Phillips did too.
Yeah, but he had to make sure he got his hand to it, that was for certain.
So it's going to be a corner on this left side to Rovers. Taylor Gardner-Hickman is going to take it as we approach the final minute of the first period of extra time. In it comes, breaks to Aidan Doherty. Hasn't got time to get the shot off because he's closed down really well by McBurney. Ribeiro back in, and Miller helps it out to the left, and that's come off Hull City defender. And it's going to be a Rovers throw again here for Lewis Miller to take. Scoreline here, 0-0, as we are ever so close to the end of the first period of extra time. Here's Miller to take this throw. And in it comes to the near post. It's not long enough, is it, that throw? And now Akintola coming away, and coming across will be Ribeiro to tidy up, who's caught right on the touchline by Akintola, and it'll be a free kick to Blackburn Rovers. If Yuri Ribeiro has to go off injured, or anybody else for that matter, they'll have to play with 10, but he's fine.
No, he'll be fine. It's just, I mean, Akintola there, I mean, done the right thing, took it out his feet, that was the key to it, and then the speed he would have just ran away. But unfortunately, and fortunate for Blackburn, Ribeiro was way on the cover.
They found a minute from somewhere at the end of the first period of extra time to add on.
He's going to want to go home tonight, the referee, is he?
No. Ohashi putting his man under pressure, and the back pass to Phillips as Doherty putting him under pressure.
That's a free kick.
And Pratt goes down, referee Finney waves play on, and Ohashi flicks it on and gives possession away. Here's McLaughlin with McBurney. Hull wants a free kick. It's not coming. Here's Baraji on the left. Checks inside of Drama. It's Musa Baraji with the option to switch right for Miller, and that's where it's played. Henriksen is available down his right as we get ever so close to the end of that first period of extra time. George Pratt sending it in. It's a dreadful ball into the box, totally flat, and Pratt has it again. That's half time in extra time, and there's still stalemate here between Hull City and Blackburn Rovers. Now the rules are that they don't really go back and have a team talk. They switch around straight away.
Yeah, but look at them. Everyone's heading back to the managers.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, it's up to the referee here, Mr. Finney, to
he wants a drink.
Get his authority on this match. Yeah. Because there is no rule to say switch around. John Egan's going to come on for Hull, the experienced centre-half, former Burnley man.
Well, Charlie Hughes was pulling his hamstring at the end there. I noticed that, so I wonder if Charlie Hughes will be the number that will come up for Egan to go on.
Well, the referee's pointing, come on, back on. Well, he needs to be pointing it out at both teams, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He blows his whistle, and back will come the players. But they're in no hurry, are they?
No, they're not in a hurry. Players want a drink, they want a bit of instruction. But it shouldn't be allowed. It's not allowed. That's the thing. And the referee should be doing something here. Or
he's standing miles away. He's no control over this at all, the referee, has he?
No. Hull have gone back on, but Blackburn are having a team meeting.
Well, there they go. Valérien Ismaël concludes his words of wisdom. And the referee will signal the substitution, which has seen Famwo go off. And Egan is on. So Hughes will have to go on, Kevin.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's on one leg almost the way he's hobbling.
He's waving to the crowd. He's waving to the board, the bench. He's actually waving. This is like...
I think he's asking who's playing where.
Positional sense, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was only a moment ago as well, down the right-hand side, down to our left, where he was actually holding on to his hamstrings. It was like he was taking a little bit of cramp or so.
So 15 more minutes to play. And then we reach penalties if they cannot be separated by that point. Here's Bolash Tot, the Blackburn Rovers goalkeeper, who made an excellent save from McBurney in that first period of extra time. Miller sending it forward, Henriksen chasing. And it's going to be cleared away here for Hull City by McCarthy. Rovers sending it forward, Coyle heads it away. Miller on the right in possession. And Miller for Atchison, and Henriksen with a flick on. Looking for Doherty. And now Baraji with space for Ribeiro wide left. Game will be more stretched than ever, and it's a dreadfully poor delivery.
Took a deflection off a defender there, then Ribeiro rushed it a little bit too much.
It's caught by the goalkeeper, and Phillips brings it outside of his penalty area here for Hull City. Up goes Lewis Miller with the header. There's only one Miller on the park now, just Lewis, who very rarely see leave the field of play. In about 10 minutes time, Kevin, I'll be asking you who you think the 5 penalty takers will be.
I have not got a clue.
Apart from Ohashi, neither have I.
Baraji, I'd probably say, I don't know, Gardner Hickman.
Ohashi out to the left side, and Ribeiro to George Pratt. Something we don't need to worry about for a little while, is it? George Pratt looking for Ribeiro. Oh, now Gardner Hickman has possession. Midway inside the Hull half, just dinked forward looking for Ohashi. Egan with a defensive header, but not very far. And Ribeiro keeps it for Pratt. And now Gardner Hickman. And Sean McLaughlin, former Hull man, into Ribeiro, and McLaughlin 5 yards over halfway on the Rovers' left. Rovers attacking the goal away to our right. Their fans are away to our left. Here's Baraji. Miller calling for it to the right. Henriksen. Now can he have a go? Oh, instead he's given the ball away so cheaply. There was a shot on for him there.
Yeah. Here's
Miller. Out to the right. Plays it in. It's a tame delivery from Miller. And Baraji can't control it either. And Hull City come away with it. I think a lot of supporters in this ground today will probably be of the same opinion as me. I hope they are. I don't really feel either team deserved to win this game. So I don't think there's one team more than the other have done enough to win this match.
No, it's a proper stalemate match, isn't it?
Now then, it's possession for Hull. Akintola in, away by Atchison, but not very far. It's a cross for Drama this time. It's blocked. There's some tired legs trying to get there for Rovers. Baraji's dispossessed McCarthy. Doherty's trying his level best to get down the right. It's 2 against 1 for the moment. Doherty for Blackburn Rovers. He's got Ohashi waiting. Doherty might go it alone, and he's made a meal of it. He's gone wide of the near post, and Yuki Ohashi is looking at the youngster as if to say, come on, just roll me in and we've got a goal.
That's when you're looking at young players and you're saying I can have a little bit of pity with him. He's had to run 40 yards.
There's cramping up of 2 here. Henriksen's down.
Yeah. No, this is where you tell that players are fit. They do a lot more fitness stuff than bygone days. But no, going back to Doherty, he knows it. He's gone back. If that's an under-23 match, he passes it. He squares it off, right-footed, weak foot, crosses it. Ohashi slides it in the back of the net. It's a big, high-pressure game, and that's what makes these type of decisions.
He's on debut,
and that's what it is. He's a nervousness, and that changes your whole thought process. And that's what's happened. He's gone through, he's had a lot of time to think. He's checked his shoulders, he's checked the wing mirrors, and he knows he's 10 yards in front of the nearest player. But for some reason, he ended up 3 yards, nearly getting tackled, and kicking it with the wrong foot. Wide of the goal.
2-on-1, Blackburn Rovers in that situation, with the goal at their mercy, really. And Hull City still have player down. It's Drama on the far side, and Blackburn Rovers and Hull City players just finding some energy from somewhere to complete this match in the conditions that it's been in today, in the wind and the rain and the wintry conditions. Drama is not going to last the distance. We're going to see Matty Jacob come on and take his place. It's going to go off here. Drama was linked with a move to Blackburn Rovers. Cody Drama in the summer when Callum Britton was leaving. Rovers went down the route of Ryan Alabiosu instead, and it's proved to be a very good choice. So Jacob, the 24-year-old, is coming on. He was on loan at Reading for the first half of this season, just recalled, and on he comes into the action. Another player who's been out and got some League One action in the first half of this season. McLaughlin wins a header, goes out of play for a throw on the near side, and Jacob is going to take it, and he has come immediately to this left side. Kevin Coyle now in his more orthodox position on the right.
Yeah, that's what you get when you're a player of versatility across the defence. Coyle's the one that gets shifted out, bring other players in.
At West Ham 2, QPR 1 is the scoreline at half-time in extra time, and West Brom are 2-1 up at Swansea in extra time. Here's Baraji, gets away from McCarthy's attentions. Musa Baraji driving on, run into traffic, dispossessed in a routine fashion. And Hull City looking to counter on Rovers here, and Jacob joining in with his fresh legs, diving on, and a foul by Henriksen.
How many times have you said that today?
A number of times. He's done ever so well not to be booked today, hasn't he?
He slides under the radar. He makes so many innocuous free kicks and gets away with it. Like it's the master plan. But Blackburn were looking for a free kick on Miller in the first place, but some breakaway from Hull. That I mean, a massive counter attack. Fortunately for Blackburn, that Eriksson did come out the free kick, get everybody back in shape again.
Oh, it's switched, and it's a good switch, and Hull play the cross in, and it's put behind, or is it out for a throw? It's a throw.
Eriksson
just
again blocking
Henriksen.
it.
The next round of the Cup is on the 14th of February, when Blackburn Rovers are due to be away at Queen's Park Rangers. Queen's Park Rangers, as it stands, look like they're going out of the Cup. Let's see whether Blackburn Rovers can stay in the competition and not end up going there that day. Cross in, goal kick to Blackburn Rovers from Jacob, and we've got 7 minutes of extra time still to play. Swansea 2, West Brom 2 in extra time at the Hawthorns in Scotland. Hearts have beaten Dundee by 1-0, and after half an hour at Pittodrie, it's Aberdeen 0, Rangers 2. Some title race on in Scotland, Kevin.
Certainly is, and I mean, Hearts having a little wobble, to be honest. Celtic's had a big wobble. Rangers are going through. They're both turning the tables now. I see now that Danny Rawls is getting Rangers back up to speed. Martin O'Neill now going back into Celtic to the end of the season. I can see them coming back to speed. So it'll be all up to Hearts now to actually get the consistency that they had at the start of the season, because the ball at the moment is in their hands, and just keep winning.
Certainly is. It is 0-0 and a foul on Ohashi by Egan, which means that Taylor Gardner-Hickman's got a free kick to take here, and his defenders are all going, Taylor, when you take it, just stay back, will you, pal, because we're all going.
Yeah.
Atchison up, McLaughlin up, Ribeiro hasn't fully gone up, Pratt's up as well, and Taylor Gardner-Hickman takes this kick to the back of that penalty area. Referee doesn't spot any foul in there, so play continues, and the cross that comes in has curled out of play from Pratt before coming back in. Lewis Miller, not for the first time today. Is it Louis Coyle again? Yes, it is.
It is.
The two captains clashing again, and Mr. Finney doesn't see the need to call them together again this time, and Miller makes his way back.
We said it was a good clash. It was going to be a great clash. Yeah. It has been. Now, fortunately, Coyle goes to the other side when they start headbutting each other now. So
yeah, they've still found each other, playing on the opposite side of the pitch. Here's McLaughlin with a header that goes square. Now Henriksen sends a ball forward, looking for Ohashi, who was caught. Referee gives it. Henriksen's loud scream, and then gets straight back onto his feet, and then slows down again. He's got a significant strapping around that left knee, hasn't he?
Yeah, he certainly has. It's
like Todd Cantwell standards, Yeah.
Well, anything Todd can do, someone else follows.
Sheffield United out the cup today, beaten 4-3 at home by Mansfield. Norwich have put Walsall to bed 5-1. Arsenal 4-1 winners at Portsmouth. Leeds 3-1 winners at Derby. West Ham 2-1 up against QPR. Brighton still a goal up at Old Trafford. Here's Bolash top to send the kick forward. Baraji with a flick on, and it's going to be whacked away anywhere and straight out of play by Matty Jacob. Okay, then let's try and figure out 5 then. Ohashi, Baraji, Gardner-Hickman, Doherty.
I don't know if Doherty takes him with the...
Well, he's an attacking player. He should be.
Yeah, but some attacking players don't take penalties.
Well, they should do.
I probably think McLaughlin will go up and take one. I think he's kind of his leadership qualities. He'll go and take one. The thing is, if it goes past 5, it then becomes a gamble if nobody else takes it.
Now they'll stay and play here, and Doherty's after it, and he crosses, and it's put out for a throw by Egan. And the run there that Charlie Hughes did, he's almost on one leg now, isn't he?
Yes.
He's absolutely gone.
Yes, but it's the right idea from young Doherty there as well. But Yuki Ohashi he ran with his back to play to try and get in the box. You got to run side on at speed so you can see it and maybe change direction to the near post. And it's understand how far your players can kick the ball with the angle he's running. He's not going to be able to kick it that far, so he should have known to make that near post 6-yard box run. He'd have probably got it to feet.
Miller with a throw into the box it goes, half away, and Hull look to counter late in the piece here. Ohashi, the furthest man back, wonderfully done. Cool as you like from Yuki Ohashi. Just lays it off for Gardner Hickman. He's got nothing on forward for him whatsoever. And he's turned full 360 and crossed the ball into an empty penalty area from a Rovers perspective. He's pushed Akintola. He's got away with that. Hull look to break. Ohashi's taken his man out. There's 2 minutes of extra time to play. Gardner Hickman's had a little swipe. And referee Finney gives a free kick to Hull. The Hull man Hadji Ahmetovic went down in instalments, and Gardner Hickman goes into the referee's notebook.
I don't know. It's a weird one, that one, isn't it? Because it could have been 3-4 different free kicks, but then when you see him, Hadji Ahmetovic, I don't know whether he tried to do a natural step over or whether it was a false step over, but it was the weirdest step over I've ever seen, I must admit. And he just looked tired. He went down on his knees, sat in the ball. The referee booked Gardner Hickman.
Coyle with a kick. Tott's come a long way. Lovely hands by the goalkeeper. Do you expect him to play next Saturday at Ipswich, Tot?
I would say yes, because I think he is our number one. But the manager, is he going to turn round and say, Ainsley Pearce, you've not done enough to stay? I think that's a question.
I think Tot plays, Kevin. His agent's been having a bit to say this week. That he'll be in the side after the cup tie, and then he's got a great deal of options in the summer.
Yeah.
So just what you need an agent to be coming out with. Oh, Henriksen's gone down, Calf's gone, but he's hobbling back on the park, and it's off Miller and Slater for a throw-in. We're in the final minute of added on time. The fourth official's going to tell us how long will be added, and 1 minute is the cursory added on moment, and down the line it goes towards Henriksen. Hughes tidying up, and Hull City concede a throw, which Miller is going to take. So go on, who are your names?
I'm just going through it now. I'm going Ohashi, Gardner Hickman, Baraji, Ribeiro.
Right.
I'm going to go Ribeiro, and I will go on Lewis Miller.
Okay. Ball sent forward into McBurney's path. Foul by Baraji, but play continues. Maybe one last chance here right at the end of stoppage time here for Hull City to win the cup tie. Coyle sends over the cross. Miller with the header away. Doherty does ever so well, and Miller clears, and we're going to penalties. After 120 minutes, neither of these two could find a goal in 2 hours of football. And now it's time for the goalkeepers to make heroes of themselves. And the heroes will be the goalies, the villains will be the outfield ones who were unsuccessful from 12 yards out. Kevin Gallagher.
Well, it's been a decent game of football. We've had a couple of little bits of excitement. Not too much to write home about, I must admit. But, as 0-0 goes, it's been pretty fair. We could probably play another hour and still nobody will score a goal. We could probably actually be here all night, Andy, and nobody would score a goal. But this is going to be interesting now from 12 yards. Will anybody score a goal? So it's gone down to penalties, it's gone down to the nerves. So I don't know what will happen in the long run. So, I'm waiting to see now the 5 are going to step up initially. But in general, even if you don't step up to take one, you're going to be one if it goes further than the 5 penalties. And
I've seen you take one for Blackburn Rovers. Have you been part of a shootout before?
Yes, I have. Scored against West Ham.
Yes.
So scored on that one, but unfortunately during a match against Forest I missed one. So I had a 50-50 record, but I would always stand up and take one. Chris Sutton in general was a penalty taker. When we played Forest he wasn't there, so I had to step up and take it. Unfortunately I missed it, but a penalty king goalkeeper in goals, Mark Crossley, who saved the best of penalty takers.
Yeah, he did.
He was in goals at that time, so I didn't see it as shame, but then I had to take one against West Ham in penalties in the cup competition and stood up and took it, scored it. So looking to see now, still no giveaway to the 5 that are lining up.
No idea at this stage which end they're going to be taken out yet.
There's a toss of the coin, isn't there, normally?
Yeah.
A lot of paperwork to be filled out by the 4th official as well before they get started.
We shall see. Still big conversations being had.
So I think McLaughlin's obviously he's the captain's armband, and he's. I wonder if Pratt looks like. Mind you, they're all going to the middle now, so it's so hard. 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6. That's the first 7. So it'll be interesting to see the 5 that come up.
So they'll all make their way back to the centre circle.
What side do you want to take it? The empty side or the even emptier side?
Sean McLaughlin is going to be by the Hull supporters, I think. He pointed to that end, but now then, which way? The referee is pointing a lot at the Hull end, so there we go. Louis Coyle must have won the toss. Go and take them at an empty end instead of an end with fans in.
Yeah.
Does that sound right? I don't know.
Well, the thing is, it's into the Hull fans, isn't it? Where the Hull fans in a league match normally are behind that goal, so that they're obviously shooting into the Hull fans. They'll feel a little bit more confident in that manner. So we'll see what happens. See who's taking it.
Yuki Ohashi will be first. So let's see how this one pans out. Penalties to see who goes through to round 4 of the FA Cup. Hull fans on the far side are all marching down as near as they can to see a bit of the action, and I think stewards are stopping them from being able to get behind the goal.
Yeah, they're not going to get behind the goal, but they're going to get to the side of the pitch, and they don't want them standing in the alleyways, so they're basically putting them into seats at the empty seats of the corner flag is.
So here we go. Yuki Ohashi to go first for Blackburn Rovers. The Japanese steps up, shimmies and misses. It's a save by Phillips. And Hull City have the first advantage in this penalty shootout. The one you'd back the most has not hit the target.
Certainly, and as I said, it's been 0-0. There's been not really many chances about it. So I'm kind of wondering, is anybody going to score goals, or is it going to be one of those days?
So Louis Coyle is going to be next. For Hull City, the first taker is the captain, and saved by Bolash Top, diving to his left We're still all square, and we still haven't got a goal between the two sides.
Have I napped this game or what? Nobody wants to score.
Can't be 0-0 on penalties, surely.
That could be a record.
Musa Baraji makes his way forward next for Blackburn Rovers to attempt to open the scoring in this shootout, the Frenchman. Can he do it from 12 yards? Here's Musa Baraji against Dylan Phillips. Referee blows his whistle. Here comes Baraji. Saved by the goalkeeper. 3 penalties taken, 3 missed. Incredible start.
I just wonder if any of these teams have actually practiced penalties. That could be one of your first questions, Andy. Did you actually practice them?
Kyle Joseph, who has taken penalties in his time at Blackpool, is next for Hull City. Joseph puts the ball on the spot. And against Bolashtot from 12 yards out, it is Joseph, sent top the wrong way. Eventually, the ball is in a net at the MKM Stadium. Hull City lead after 2 penalties, each by a 1-0.
Yeah, well, it's a good penalty, isn't it? He's gone up and, you know, Bolashtot has took the gamble. He dived to his left to make the save for the first penalty. This time he decides to go to the right for the second penalty. Goes completely opposite way. Joseph just steps up, rolls it low into the net, makes it look dead easy. Now as Gardner Hickman steps up for this one, Andy.
The third penalty for Blackburn Rovers, can they register? It's a very straight run up by Taylor Gardner Hickman. He's right on the edge of the area as he starts to run up. Completely straight. Now moves a yard or two to his left, and Gardner Hickman takes and scores, sending Dylan Phillips the wrong way. It goes to the goalkeeper's right. Phillips dives left, and Blackburn Rovers register a penalty on target to make it 1-1, with Hull City still having the advantage of a third penalty to come.
Yeah, this is it now. McBurney, the key man, stepping up. Now, can he give Hull the advantage again, or can Bolashtot read the situation and block it?
Here comes McBurney. Steps up, takes, rolls it straight down the centre. Tot went to his right. Would have been the simplest of saves if he'd have stood where he was.
It's rolled down the middle, right down the middle, isn't it?
Yeah, no pace on it at all.
No, it just casually steps up.
Sean McLaughlin is next. Former Hull City man. He's taken on the armband since replacing his teammate O'Riordan. And it'll be a left-footed spot kick, this from Blackburn Rovers. After 3 kicks each, it's 2-1 Hull.
Well, we need this one. We definitely need this one for Hull going on to their 4th penalty. If Sean equalises here, takes it 2-2.
Here comes McLaughlin. Lovely penalty. Right into the top corner from Sean McLaughlin. And Blackburn Rovers make it 2-2 again. And coming forward now for Hull, I think that is Charlie Hughes.
Yeah.
There's a number 4 on his back.
Well, just hope cramp doesn't set in when he steps up to take it.
2-2. Blackburn Rovers have taken 4. Hull City have taken 3. Here comes Charlie Hughes, the centre-back, to put Hull further in the driving seat. Scores. It's a great penalty again. And Blackburn Rovers, to stay in the FA Cup, have to score. And it's young Aidan Doherty who's got to keep him in the competition.
Yeah, and you feel sorry for the kid now. You know, yeah, it's taking number 5, sometimes a glory penalty. Sometimes it's the penalty that you don't want to be missing, because that's the one that puts you out, because Hull don't need to take one. If he misses this one, that's it, it's all over. So the pressure is mounted on the young shoulders of Aidan Doherty.
So the youngster on his debut, Doherty, to keep Rovers in the competition, which he has, sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. Blackburn Rovers score 3 penalties in a row. and it's all on Akintola to win this for Hull, or if he misses, we move into sudden death.
Yeah, and that's the penalties that nobody wanted to take. Ooh, it's the nervous ones.
So Akintola to be the hero of the hour for Hull City, with his teammate goalkeeper Dylan Phillips the other hero. He puts the ball down here, Akintola. Ref Finney blows his whistle. Akintola steps up and sends Hull City through to round 4 of the FA Cup. They beat Blackburn Rovers by 4 penalties to 3. Rovers' cup run is over at the first hurdle, and 2 misses from Ohashi and Baraji cost Blackburn Rovers in the shootout. Hull City go through by 4 penalties to 3 after a goalless draw, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, in the game, we didn't really look like scoring, and then after the first 2 penalty kicks there, it still looked like we weren't going to score goals. But yes, we've got goals in there, we've got people that can keep a cool head, but penalty kicks are a big gamble, Andy, and unfortunately that gamble didn't pay off. You know, the manager's had 120 minutes now to look at these players, make his mind up about them. Can he continue with them? Is he going to add to them? But for me, we certainly need to add to firepower. We've got nothing in the attacking sense. Yes, we can play football. Yes, we can defend in numbers, but we can't do both. And that, to me, we need to be able to do both. And he's certainly going to be in the market to try and get forward players that can score goals, but so are many other teams. And the January window is such a hard window to get players to your football club. It's going to be very, very difficult for Blackburn now. You know, no cup competition to play in, and it's all league from now on. So will it become easier for the manager? Will it become easier for him to pick players? But he certainly needs to get some new recruits in.
8 changes today, but if we look at it in another way, Kevin, it is the 4th time in 5 games that Blackburn Rovers haven't scored.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You're looking at it in open play, set pieces that look like scoring, really, and that's not good enough. You need to go to games and you need to be having 3-4 good chances a game, even if you're not scoring, because at least we know that players are getting into those opportunities. But it's a lot of games, far too many in my eyes, that we're not scoring goals, and fans get frustrated. They come to games, they want goal-mouth action. They don't want you just keep possession all game, and it becomes boring. That sends fans away. It's not excitement. You're here to entertain. Some nil-nilers you don't entertain, but we were having a look at certain players today, and those certain players stood up. The younger players didn't really look out of place. Physically, yes. Mentally, a little bit, yes. But as in being able to play football against Hull City, then yes, it can do it. So on that side, he's got a little bit of positives from young players, but he's got a lot of negatives, and that is we cannot score goals, and that is a downside. We do not create them, and if you're not creating them, you're not going to score them. So it doesn't matter who the forward could be. We go and get Lionel Messi from America, Lionel won't score his goals, and that's the downside of it.
Thoughts on the youngsters?
Oh, I'm very proud of the youngsters today. I know how hard it is to come in as a young player, nervous, anticipation, and that's what happens. You know, you look at they come out. Brandon Powell started like a little house on fire. He got the yellow card, and when he got the yellow card, he tired. That was the downside of Brandon Powell. Thought he'd done very well. Aidan Docherty came on, thought he'd done really well. You know, at times had an opportunity, had a great finish in the back of the net, but unfortunately wasn't counting. You know, you're looking at Cashin coming in for the first game. I thought done well, didn't look out of place, looked like they'd played in our back three before. So these guys, Tom Aitchison again cruised through the game, cruised. You look at Conor O'Riordan, and most of the game he was one-on-one with McBurney, and he done really well with McBurney, limited him to chances, limited him to goal scoring opportunities. So for me, there's a lot of positives out of today's game. And then you've got to look at our goalkeeper. 3 unbelievable top draw saves, or we were out the cup in the game. 3 good saves, and from that point of view, Balázs Tott's coming back, and we've got some good young quality there. but I don't know if they're there for the consistency to the end of the season to keep us up in the league.
We'll see how it all pans out. Blackburn Rovers definitely need front players. Defensively now they look like they're sorted, but the left wing back position's taken another injury today.
Yeah, that's the thing as well, like, you know, and what we're looking at, you know, when you've got a Ribeiro, you've got a Pickering in, two full-backs that would be playing in that position, slightly different to what they're used to. You know, Deniva takes injuries to both his calves, whether hopefully it was cramp and nothing too much, it wasn't a pull or a strain. From that side of it, you know, it's kind of weird, but that's a position we need to really strengthen, is down that left side. But I feel sorry for the two lads that can't get a game, Ribeiro and Pickering. You know, they can play that position, but they're not getting a run of games to consistently show that they can do it. The manager obviously prefers Deniva. He's getting more opportunities to try and get better within the side, and as I say, these players are the manager's players, so he's going to play them before the likes of Ribeiro and before Pickering. They're way down the pecking order now, but it's up to them to keep their heads up and show the manager what he's missing in that side.
Well, thank you for being with us. All the reaction to come with Graham in the morning and on social media tonight. We will bring you the interview with Valerian Ismail just as soon as we can, and on the BBC Sounds channel as well. Just search Blackburn Rovers for the full interview there. I'll be with you from 6 tomorrow to look back at all the weekend's football action, but for now we'll take you to the Gabby Roslin show. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Bye from us.
Matchday Live.
BBC Radio Lancashire Sport.